Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Have you ever heard of an app called Tap Tap Send?
No, but I would like to know more.
Tap Tap Send is the best money transfer app in the market, with one of the best rates. It's also fast, reliable, convenient, and has no sending fee.
Wow, how do I sign up?
Just head over to your Google or Apple Play Store and type Tap Tap Send.
Thanks.
Don't forget to use
Yankutuna sio nyameno no. Yanana sia wa maya tamfuate shoko. Hey, dia wa ne dia no no. Wayama na yamenwanwa. Hey, wayama na timwa. Atamfuate shoko. Ghana for me the unbreakable joy is blessing. Oh, share HRETV. Kosuana she. Now be inshira unbreakable. Keep it locked.
Check the statistics. What from beaucoup d'État on my big six. We remove all the girls, logistics. You want here top speed, Olympics. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Natalie, and I'm watching HRETV, man. Keep it locked. Badman operator.
Hello, guys. It's your girl Pamela Odame Watara, and I just want to recommend HRETV for you guys for all your latest interviews. Just stay tuned at HRETV. I love you guys. Mwah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching me live on HRE TV. HR, His Royal Majesty. Oh my goodness, I love the name of this TV. HRE TV. Oh my goodness. Just catch us live on YouTube. Just go there, HRE TV, and click subscribe, and then get update on everything that they put there, and then watch them also live on Facebook. When you hear the name HRTV, you are talking about television that comes from the heart. Oh, HRTV. Oh, makuma tomi yemwati. Me that one say.
Good morning, children. A B C D E F G H R E H R E H R E TV. Go and watch HRE TV. Bye bye.
Mamunyana akwaba ebiom eba HITV so for HRFPK. And then many more chem come on after the ye debut my baby my faithful mo in $7 na in $7 so the waka na ningina e koma Ghana yo ye and I said Ghana ye munti. Enti na yenya ye wa akwantu ma na said diaspora for no ya fa si ye ho so say yeso ye di sebe ye modebo ne ye nim de kakra no beto dwa na ama Ghana amemu sem no akoso kama na ye kanso so a na ne nyina gina wo ene me ye modebo eso ade ba ko se ye ti ase ne se ye nyina wo hoi ye sa enso nipa ba ko on ye sa so na me ni kata enti we fa kakra na ene onyontofo no adwene ko benkro mu se Arise Ghana Youth no ye nyina ye nsore waka ne ma edwuma no enye kama me ma mu nyina akwa ba kese pa ba Arise Ghana Youth dwumadie kese so kosi de wi bia ye de bra mo no ena meni akukudam eni ntine ni akesefo bebre ena ehia ye babedi dwumadie yi na ena etifi asem no o say mental health issues announcer predictions announcer prophecies. What are the roles of the pastors and the prophets in nation building? And no any baby twetwe ho nkobo na afedie ye de ya pe asem na policy bre na epin focus okoto se aboa bi si apapa so a na enya ne pe na ode si o na mmom no obi na ekukuru no ede na si o se sa na tedia aboafo aso ya sene makukuru nyan ede esi amampa adwa so enna mi no mienu ye babeto atonkoba adwirigwini sem ho nyina any feel good services. Feel good services when it comes to mental health issues. And as a mental health education, look no further but feelgoodservices@gmail.com. Na enyo mo twetwe nkɔmɔ na mo ni nkɔmɔ na fe de mo hwɛ sɛ na nemu besi akɔ. Ene ye wo feel good nangasa emu ewo ntema ene ye ne ba betwetwe kɔ. Saa so ne ye wo another mental psychiatrist so ye mu a ono so so ye suffer. So he's also played a double role. Not to just say there no ampaya ebe ho no. Abafo bi masa so esne nyom edi dwumedie eye Happy Glow GH. I Happy Glow GH cultural says wo pese wo cosmetics and I say beauty supplies or facials, eyebrow and I say eyelash threaded, waxing, pedicure and manicure. Ope acrylic nails and no designing now. I say look no further. Bra Happy Glow GH. Ewa Ashoman State Road. 20 minutes away from the community hospital and right opposite Veggies and Grills. Ɔsɛ fɔm no bɛyɛ n'enyo mu di nkɔmɔ ɛwɔ kwan a bɛfa so aschedule appointment n'enyo mu ababɛdi nkita ho. Ɔsɛ friend wɔ 0570-554-000 anaasɛ 0594-710-391. Happy Glow ɛna mɛka fɔ ɔmo adi wɔ busuafo nyina mesrɛw sɛ wɔn nan ho etwitwi anaasɛ wɔn nan ho ayɛ deden de sɛ sandpaper. Call no be your nine come be not moko to say for a talk. Into corner Happy Glow now. Now, Mr. Uhu Minya Kofi Asawa, catch and say, on Conny and Kodan and home and the why. Then the bobo, what she go until by now called the Munan Quadija, the Nasa Happy Go, and Massagena, and Kenya Asem Fedia Gro. Sabian go far with your phone brand, Fedia, ye fed you medino, and shall say, Mr. Ujabaso pay, throw your no your son friend in ya. Share, nothing day. Yentimi embass of Nasam and Timin call and go pip on what was he could drop. Yenya, you could na abam, and then the first time cry in an ebedi jubedi, and yenya, a softful obed, Ajabai. Pastor, Agaba, about HITV.
Yeah, Minya.
The first time, you measure send and common besiako. Nothing.
Well,
Come on. So also the yenya bema Killer K. Aye, Killer K there, or a regular panelist on the show. Killer K now my ten and Kenya no. I Maghreb are down for Killer K. Not just a Maghreb in your papa Diana Killer K so no. Best of the same feathers fly away to confuse the oldest. Say Kofi some say Sankadoki. What just Kofi just say? Osonka. Osi be but we didn't be sure. Yo, young couldn't cover original Bacchus, Father Dr. Bacchus. The only doctor also on the title. Between who I mean, Tiasi, or could squawk PhD, SCRD, title. Dr. Bacchus, about you did so.
So meje so meje abedwafo ne etiefo ne ahwefo nyina. Killer K, I greet you, I salute you, our boss.
Killer K is Ghana for you also Jamu. There's a said the Jaman, no, now dear to the past, senior major.
Yeah,
And you are not called China Colonel. Oshé the Chawa special forces which they
most popular soldier man pa.
The most popular soldier man. Okoko TV.
Okano say na etie no pepe.
South Sudan the most controversial Nana Dako is here do. Bema tinte gramo. Achim wada this year. Nana yewa kwaba.
Abzafo beje mo so.
And that one trying in Cremochiano.
Aw. So mama yakwaba.
Okay, make a change.
Abzafo bobi bia ahayei uni abeba
Nana Dako ye CSF member.
Adomne common sense in me ho den.
Adomne
common sense in no.
Nice one. Every day go for Sopholims. I mean associate regular member. Pastor, you ma kwa babe djumedi so.
Busiafo ejimo nyina mo so se. Eda mo asesa nso ma yakra de se mo beti.
That's it. Anna, you go for Pastor Clifford. Pastor Clifford you ma kwa ba, another regular member on the platform.
Yes, sir. Busiafo me mamodi kan.
Alright. Sir, Pastor, say another akoya achim oda this year. And I was say beka dey say asa we am say no we am say for me search for ana.
Yes, search for afija search.
It's a fija search this year we am say this year Pastor Clifford wo.
Santie. Me kunu na na komfo no chi be se na duro.
Okrom na rade asemo. Na da go bi so gba na wa no ate. Oso krom na kofa no ti me dey.
Obesi bedroom no. Aha, wana no obebe ne ho.
Enti na de na wanya konfo na koye sofo.
Ah, na na pọpọ no chi na oyeduana ni. Mesu me aduana ba. Nti na maba esofo.
Okay, Mate, why?
Yeah, mo ase na apɔnkye timi furo nkyɛnse no.
Why? Feel good. I'm from there.
Adum no cry. Yɛma obi bia so ne ama obi bia akɔ aba etiefo so yɛ mama ha yɛ de mase so sɛ wa bɛka ho oba na mekɔɛ no manka bi deɛ no anka okra na ɛyɛ nti no aba na ɔde comment no so aba na etimi aboa.
Okay, it's feel good social mental psychiatrist. Now feel good mistake na meta ya pa Pastor Lems. Na make psychiatrist. Say a psychiatrist bo. I ne bansa e naba. Na first na make me the any bansa I naba. Na bibi no ko spelling ni. Na me say a psychiatrist bo and a psychiatrist.
We know we bɛka kyerɛ sɛ now nti sɛ o bɛka no bia no.
Kwame ni nyina ya kwa asa me.
Yes, Saul Audane Paul.
Also for defense why? Defense one that's up as be account to defense one. Ebusia for in that show no ahona ebeye butu empire da. Na me ko host I mean the dwumadi kese pa. Eye Kofi Asabwa. Or questions about pa. Oti akuyemo wajijade wa tese all train na mmerɛ so a ebe introduce Kofi Asabwa so ma na radio. Let's go straight to the point and let's go straight to the questions now. I was now yebema Pastor Lems ne feel good akasa last because of more standpoint from the way no. Ni ama Killer K ni Bacchus Dr. Bacchus Ashasi ana nana da akomo into no Killer K ni nana da akom Bacchus ba ana nana da akwa ba na vie the pastors ni rem. The pastors we refer Pastor Oben the ba Pastor Clifford. Now for the Pastor Lems any feel good idea we are to when it comes to the overview when we talk about say yeah Ghana sorry and I said no could it be say a suffer no any how church members need be no operated no it has to do with mental issues stabby ebi mu dwen say sabi obi ma dwen come into am sorry dem de bia obi feel say na wo kra heaven kra ni ho no ti na akọ ha ho ko bre ho a ekọ pesika na de kọma osofo bi ono wa conscientize wo okra ade na de bia uta sorry the Monday through Friday abra anka wodi koyi pe adwuma na wodi koyi adwuma kesika bi bobo to wo de bia hwe obusuafo de bia to eye dwapade ama wo obusuafo ye wie na ya saso hwe the other part of the topic no say because topic no quite threefold so the second part to say prophecies now omode maye no is it real prophecies and their predictions? Ebiom no so no sabi so for be na adwumo kan and o kasa keke. And the last fold of the question no and the topic no and they say asofu you kra no moju medie potsen ewo say yet throw mine no and they say Killer K, I'll start off with you.
Personally, I think the biggest crime committed to the continent Africa was bringing religion to our continent. And secondly, focusing on Ghana, I also believe that the government have a lot to do with it. Not just Ghana, Africa in a whole. Because it's easy to mind control the people as long as you inject religion, right? You can easily mind control these folks. And then the other part of your question is it mental illness? A lot of these pastors are not correct. They're not mentally stable themselves. So how do they even get their titles? That's the first question. Like that, I don't know. How do they get these titles, and who gives them these titles? So yeah, and then my final point is the education piece of it, right? So the government don't want their people to know, right, they rather keep their people under that umbrella, you know, and so they could do everything they want. Because me, religion right now, when it comes to Christianity, PK, you know where I stand with that. You know, I'm ready to open churches in Ghana and make some money. So that's where I'm at.
So if yeah, just we be sorry wa Ghana. One be say we be try crowd on Yankopo ba we be jiska.
Exactly.
Okay. At least people are watching you and listening to you. They know say when they see Killer Church of Killer K, then it's all
Well,
about business.
it will not bear my name, first of all. And
Oh,
PK, I doubt that you even know it's my church. But it's my thing is, if you try to educate and they're not picking up what you're putting down, then abuse them. It's just what it is. They don't want to.
do you think that is the best way to help putting your quota to help save the problem?
I think so. So once a person is abused to a certain level, they do wake up, right? A lot of people are not there yet.
Okay. All right. So that's your overview about the topic, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna come back to you then on that one. Let's go to Marcus.
Yeah, bro. Message here, Abidjafo ne Ahwefo. And you see, some of the things are pastors in the Emma. Some of us, it's hard for us to believe in, what they're preaching. Very, very hard. When it comes to these prophecies or predictions, very, very hard for us to believe it. Because to me, I think it's let me start off by saying that those who spend their time, I can say maybe mental health, they say, but conscientization, they've been, well, I get to say, okay, konyame ho, na ubedi ye. So their main way to say, okay, make sorry, whatever I need, I will have it. And instead of them working, they would rather go to sit in the church from Monday to Sunday and forgetting, say, without working, you can't even be rewarded. Say, we don't even have to create schools. We don't have to create jobs for people to work, right? We have to work. Until say, it is not you being in the church, they will still be the same people. I wouldn't say maybe a mental health issue, but I can say they are not educated enough, not as formal education. Yeah, in terms of religion, what religion does for us, they don't even understand it. That is why they spend all their days in the church instead of working for themselves. You can even pray in your own room. You don't even have to be at the church all the time. It is however for one day out of the week, now I could now I think it would be far better than spending the whole week at church expecting saying baby because osofo na oche say brane ho na bibia be ya ma no ohia sika on kase ono so konyame wo or request from the people, right? Just let's take sorry on person see Ghana for example.
Cathedral.
Cathedral pia sika die si no, are they asking God or they asking the people? So that will tell you say nyame ne kra na oye bibia no or rely on us say yenye edwuma na yenye sika na yemfa mboa na edwuma. Nti Obeka Kotna saw them the whole week. Say, who expect to see me baby be mama? My brother, it is so wrong and something has to be done. Maybe the government has to step in and do something about those churches and ebeboy. As we go on, whatever I want to add, I'll add. But unless you have any question for me concerning what I've provided so far, I will end it here.
No, you've really hit the point right quick. What did Killer so far hit the point? Because I mean, that is your opinion, and I think everybody else on the platform respect each and every one of the opinion. To know, this is just an overview before we start diving deep into know. Yako for you, Yabe another akon. No, to be representing the point. Nana, Fayako.
And therefore, we have for BBA, chairman and Kwaba. Myself say, Jumedi and yeah, Facebook. And wow, what should you no share
na unia nso ntie bi fra unia na obi nso fra ni nia ohwɛ mpanimfo a ɛwɔ ha a yɛni hanom sɛ yɛnkwa na nyansa wɔ wiase yɛnim yɛwɔ ha sɛ adwe kakra yɛn nso yɛwɔ a yɛbɛtumi de aboa Ghana ɛne yɛn Ghanafoɔ a yɛtie saa bere no adwe kakra yɛwɔ no nso deɛ na awɔ na nso wasɛnde ɛbɛredi wɔ questions bi a ɛsan sɛ yɛwɔ ha sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛma Ghana ɛfa ne ntoma kɔkora nti mesrɛ no wahyɛ ɛwɔ so na onua bi nti wɔsɔfo nso ataage no sɛ ɔmɛtia nsɛm but that's the question na wɔde ato hɔ nom na edi kan no yɛ kasa fa ɛsom ho no yɛafa baako a ne yɛbɛka ho asɛm ɛyɛ Christianity ɛsom Christianity no ɛyɛ business ɛna Jesus Christ na wɔbɔ ne ho dawuro no ɔno no the product na ɔmo tɔn ɛna members na ɔmo gu mu no ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ customers ɛna pastors ɛne prophets wɔn no ɔmo na ɔmo yɛ beneficiaries.
In your opinion.
So obi abɛka ne opinion ti ni bɛn obi opinion ɔde abɛgu ɔti bɛtumi de abɛgu ɔ yɛn ti asɛ wɔ asɛm a otumi bisa mo yɛwɔ yɛ tu mu nti ɛnɛ a wɔnyi no sɛ ɛnɛ yɛn ne a yɛpie firi mu no ɛka biribi a obi yɛ mo hyɛ na ma yɛ mo nhyɛ saa na yɛde atetew na yɛde anyi ade ama Africa ana Ghana yɛho akyere yɛn paa no ɛyɛ som nipa akɔtena so dan mu simply because ɔman adwuma nim nti wopɛ sɛ ɔho tɔw a ɛwɔ Ghana ne mprepre a tam Bible tam saa book no na aka sɛ nyame bi afrɛ wo na te asɔre wobɛdi yɛ san sɛ adwuma ni hɔ ɛna nipa n'adwen yɛde sɛ yɛama nipa n'adwen ada to the level yɛma na te aseɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɔkɔ sugu papa bi so nti yɛka kyerɛ wɔ sɛ sugu papa bi so na wabi sadeɛ bɛbɛ nti na mɛ nipa gu asɔ dɛm wɔ na ɔmo nsu no but adwene ne nkyerɛ ɔmo sɛ na mekɔɔ dɛm wɔ no maa mekɔ sua last week mekɔ all night da biara still a meda so di nya na mmom mesɔfo nko adeɛ last year na okura Toyota Picanto this year wagye Camry the following year ɔsɔfo kɔ a na ɛkɔ bɛte wo deɛ wontumi sɛ wama wadwene na da ɛyɛ place bɛ wura hɔ pɛ na yɛ beauty wadwene no wontumi you can't think ɛsom ade a ama abibiman yɛda so gu sɛ deɛ teɛ no ɛma wontumi anyi nkɔ kan ɛyɛ wɔ sɛ kɔsugu sky da de bi so ya
oh nana dako obi afrɛ na sim
say sa
nana kasa yɛ tie kasa
ya yɛ ba bɛsie yi wo a wopɛ sɛ oyi sika ɛde boa
nana nyɛ theatre cathedral
okay be so cathedral ba bɛsie wo a wopɛ sɛ woyi sika de boa no fa so sɛ sika nim na bisa sɛ onyankopɔn epaakyɛ wo sɛ sika wi a mede ma de asi ɛdan a sɛsi onyankopɔn wada ne hopeless wo da yɛ ba bɛsi ama wo yi ɛne sɛ bidi sɛ sika wi ɛkɔkɔlebu na makɔtɔ mpa ama yarefuo bi ɔpemfuo bi a ɔda kɔm no ne mienu awurade hwan na menya manifest epɛ sɛ nipa bia ɔno ɔfrɛ no sɛ ɔyɛ Christian ɔpɛ sɛ ɔboa no wɔn mu sa ne ho saa question yi sɛ awurade mi kuro mu kura ma nwusɛ mi kuro mu pan atutu mi kuro mu hospital ayarefo bi a last week mi yare a mi kɔ mi hu sɛ ɔpemfo da kɔm saa sika wɔ mi nfa nkɔtɔ mpansi ma ne a mi kuro mu hospital anaa sɛ mi nfa nkɔmɔ aban na ɔnkɔsi dan ma nyankopɔn bi a mi nim no a yɛtu na fi ne dan mu na ɔnkɔda hɔ wadwe bɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ daabi ɔsika no kɔboa kuro mu deɛ but yɛde som na wura wo mu nti na biribi a bɛka ɛsom asɛm no enipa hu sɛ wo no wo ne ɔmo nya adwene wo yɛ bronsam bi yɛ ayarɛwo sɛm religion ɛna ama Africa Ghana kuro no sɛ ya ha na ɛsɛ because ɛsom bi a ɛbɛwura enipa mu no enipa no ɔbɛyɛ ohumɔborɔ enti sɛ ɔwɔ so ɔde mmara ɛkyekyere kuro no ɛma edi nipa no a ɛnyɛ adwuma kuro mu anamo ɛsom bebree wɔ ha but yɛmfa som no ɛna ɛgovern ɛman no yɛde mmara na wadwe yɛ ɔsɛ ɔkɔ sugu sky da de bi so na wabi sadeɛ bɛyɛ ama ɛwa wo choice
nana mi so asebo nti the Ghana mmara no ɛsesan ɛwɔ ɛsom na ɛho nti a wo feel so about abusing no
Ghana on sɛ kuro no nyinaa na yɛsɛ Ghana yɛ religious country Friday and Kremofo do mama back up him ho. Memenda am jeno no wapam jeno SDA4 ever be wurem. Na kwesi da yembre kabos man taya srokoto papa. Fire to pay. Almost on beba. Then from Monday going from no akwa twi cobre man. Na san starting. So why na modern adwin di agro. Besa mra wo kuro ni mu a wo som no obeye ne se de wa ope no. Etimi no bi anu tia brochira ha no mi. Esuma obi wo mu no affect me no. But Ghana wa kasa be bro no a wote anadwo kro wa pon adwuma pesa wo da no asori bi because Ghana ya me ne asori bi koya wanchi because anadwo na me yes me da na fe no mo from Monday to Friday no the biom so mo ya on at course of them so me so pi mani nsan e pa chaw hwe efie atwa ho ahia it is akwala bi wo ha driver bi pese wo da na ho ma che wo kwa adwuma ani dede amuye so adan papa ni giant asem ne pim no omu wura adam omu sa fe no about for so for me pese my brother the next day me call am so for me so wa hwe metutu o mic ni na wa metutu plug na o ma ma hobium kopim se before say na no moda so ye dem ntimi ntre on say kase ye de titi nipa intimidate nipa ewo Africa but adwuma ni ho adwuma ni o manim ya kromu a me no say ye ni abre ye so ya ni abre ye ko badwan Ghana obi o pese o dane unemployment at university. If you want to become unemployment in Ghana, go to university. Uwe na no wa join the queue no. No problem. And so we are suffer on omajuma no so serious. The only place I want someone for the omajuma and friend agro Ghana asofo. Omuye just omutimi this week no yeah be yeah I find say operation kill obonsam. Like next week so yeah I first a revival yeah they best seven someone like that you can't think you can't
Nana we last when I feel so no aso for the nyina na say bi mo
me say asofo nyina gu Ghana you see we don't need asofo to build the nation we need a nipa no na dwen you see mo so mo the sumo abeka oman wa say asem no we don't need obi a wose wo pastor or reverend or whatever ye hia ni pesuno
okay Nana that say
to build the nation.
Nana, you've made your point well clear, and I think say it would hop up me. Pastor Obed, oh dear, Anka yeke. I saw for me I saw the waha. Me no ni Ghana, who gonna wa Ghana? Na la to asem na ba. Yeah go.
Na nada ko ebeda wase the tifo nyina na ahwefo nyina ase nyamisha mo and Minia Paul nyamisha I really commend you for this program and this initiative. You are doing extremely very well. Nyamisha opa why are there? Ya chi ahwefo ne adofo nyina. Topic and we discuss and as we discuss no a problem. A problem.
Your problem is saying.
Problem pa no and say they na da kon hit some points no. Before say about topic next one. A man, ever a big man in this country, or a very popular, or make a statement to be on one of our television stations some time ago. Say first no now or driving and I say who will be no that's why a software right away now or respectable. But the name no say what is away a software obisa say a him fan I would do software no. Nana no question say what can say software nyina. But even Mrakra and Pony, in every rule there is an exception. Who they say well quite be so no. We can classify the pastors into some classes B. Ama a point no I say establishment. Just that Bakufo could define the free in and 54. So we may also establish as of when in Ghana no are not helping to build a better nation as we suppose things to be. I remember Sam say we abuse religion in Africa. Yeah, abuse it. Very well. I'm a pastor and I'm speaking as an Obed. I mean, I'm speaking for myself as Obed. How I see things. We did anything a question at the whole. But Nana, Paul, let me I can say we abuse what we are doing. abuse, we take things so personal, so intimate, to the extent that at the at a point in time, we don't do it. And another idea about a higher. However, we still have some pastors in Ghana who are doing what the Lord says, not to fetch money from church members, but to give out the best in them for church members to also benefit. And these pastors too are also available here in Ghana. And intermediately say pastors are playing their role to build a better Ghana, to build a better home for all of us. Just that to some extent, some people do abuse what we are doing as a church, what we are doing as a community, what we are doing as a Christian family. And it is very worrying. Some time ago, in fact, a man came to Ghana and I was having a walk with him some time ago. We were in the marketplace. In fact, he came from UK. We were in the marketplace and we are you could hear someone preaching at the marketplace, very noisy place. Timothy man said, do you see these things in UK? I said, no, hell no. But when you come to Ghana, you see such things. And the air can a two sides. When it is helping because as of binum they are doing their best. They are doing what the Lord says. As of binum are rather abusing what they have as pastors, and for that matter, no, they are no hard and more say you have to build all that you have into them, which is very worrying. But however, I want to establish this again, that there are still some pastors who are doing their best.
Yeah, that's it. Pastor Obed, yeah, that's it. Intino, okay, I'll reserve that part to the father. Pastor Clifford, yeah, got. No, but Pastor Clifford, me patch me. This is here because we was later we had it. It's in Pastor Obed. Do you think, sir? Asofo ni bi adwene nya na omo unuan ma asofo ni bi adwene nya na omo sabi omo and I said yeah, they have mental issues and I said mental health problems be and omo can be for mutim keke and I said omo shenkom odi shenkom pa and I said predictions be no more yeah and I said sorry money be no are also conscientized to the sense that you hypnotize omo and then they do say koswada. I wanted to ask that question here, but just go ahead and answer that for me, please.
Now, to some extent, I won't say that it's a mental problem. No.
To what extent would you say it's a
mental problem?
To no extent.
Selfish interest is one factor. To satisfy their own gains. Those who do that, they do that to satisfy their own gains.
Okay.
To establish or to satisfy their own gains, they have used every way and means to conscientize their church members to build some hope in them that without them they can do nothing.
Okay.
So so I want to say it's not. It has got nothing to do with mental issue, but and I am so selfish to the extent that ye be at the side, and for that matter, I did be just to win you, Paul. I did be as a candidate piano every way it means piano to win you piano. I have to say that just to get your attention, just to get something from you, just to win you to my side. That is what some people are doing. It has got nothing to do with mental problem. No.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Pastor Clifford, in your opinion, yeah, that's it.
Me PK das mechia abedfo nyina na afin so atiefo nyina mede nchia soronko efiri Switzerland ebremo na menhira mo se da ne da munya bre na mutie yen PK as a religion ho asem de ya tedi ho komo mpempi na de meka ne say religion has always been with us. It is the oldest science that you can ever find on this earth. Ye dia hu du tekutaye do no ano. Nananom na de maaye. Frame Kwaku Jamfi with the Kwame, with the Kwasi. Nininan Nananum and Editoye. They are all religious names. It is as Africans, you know, you mean can say religion is something new. And as an imported product to be. In fact, Africans, we are more and super religious than any other continent throughout history. And so religion and fro MIA. Now the question is say, are they tea and before and I say fancy Ghana for ye pet religion, sir? Before then, mommy and cousin you are say, she Ghana ye wono. E ho ne ye nyina ye wo ye tete ye. Obi ntimi kan kire me say Ghana for to rekota so dem mu pagya wo monsa se nyame na meboa wo. Ye wo wi amu ase. En sori ahodo bia bi wo wi amu ase. Ho ne tete. Nyame adomasa ye adwuma wo Ghana che wo bia bebre. Eti minim senya Ghana for omusuban ene omune ye tie. Biso na ma me kwa sori no kwa no pasori. No kwa dumre sorry. Me nda no asan kwa sorry. Me ma me kwa no pasori ba, no fa ne kente ne sika wo kwa infa. Okwa fuom. Me ma me kwa no pasori metna fie nka se makwa no pasori enti no ene nyame de aduane beba besi fie na se nyame besoma asorabofo no makodafu. Dabi oba ya no afa ne edi na chi, ne akwa fuom, ne akodo yensemu cheche. Body ani edua banja ni edua. Ebrenso say wo say akodo ho ani akodo ho. And that has been the Ghanaian attitude. Ghanaians are not lazy. And right from the onset, no mama yen correct some ideas be say. See this year you say Ghana form pedjumanti no musum nyame no. To me no, it is wrong. And we are not being fair to Ghanaians. Ghana for pedjuma papa. Ghana for ye juma papa. Go to Makola. Go to Kaneshi. Go to Kantamanto. Ko Krofum, ko Takra de ko yeji. Ghanaians are hardworking. Kejetia. Ghanaians are hardworking. Binya kwa chemo flow or Togo. Ultra flower. People are hustling. Some performers no musa pass or bomb. So the idea is say, and yes, or transfer them also bomb pie say be biabe yaman no yashi. No, Ghanaians are working. But the question is, I didn't know what you no ya no asako transfer them. Meaning say Ghana for yentia or religion no. And ya no ne. Excuse me to say, binum person which say tina Ghana for a religious. No. Ebebu wa asori oku nyina say bi osroso bi bekuno, baye bi bekuno. Ebi asori oku mpa ko je nyina say wo yare or the hospital enye ye. Reasons no ebebre. And we have to be very careful say yanko kan asembi na kwese sebi yenuanom no fa dwento ho no mosum yakopon. No. Kind of excuse me to say now they are very hard working people. Adaba kuma begini say enanwumre yeshim hane say there are some pastors biwo. There are some men of God biwo. Bia niema omo ye no esene Kristo sum niema no eye ababura. And that is the problem. But and also no, it is not a problem in religion. In every human institution, PK money be there dance say, guy one, you will fake doctors in Ghana. One the fake diplomats and a year juma. Your nurses be ye fake. PK will be a yari ni tea pine or call hospital. A drop the man or panny be a man. So every human institution biano ye one crofobia more dear Oma infiltrate a kwampano paso, but only a fake. And no, and yet in religion, and a PK so for Bible, yeah. The Bible nankasa expose false prophets. Bible expose false prophets. Bible mo esa expose fake Christians. Esa expose fake, worshippers. And it's not Bible no say king kan na bonachi, jadwamamo, jainsisiye, corruption, bribery, and all those that shall not kill, that shall not even it exposes humanity's weaknesses. And it's be also no and me juma ewo Ghana and as Africa here, we must find the root cause. Dan say baby attack religion because PK obiara wotiasasi su biano ehia religion. Obiara bia ehia religion. In fact, it is part of our nature. But the continent say bia wo religiosity no. Ene bia anko fa sore demo. But in sports, the way we commit ourselves, Eheli Messi, Eheli Ronaldo, Eheli Neymar, it is religion in us. Okay, and it is part of us. Idea religion, my society say, last weekend, a guardian of morality and ethics. Senipa ebehu nyansa, senipa bedoni nuasen neho, senipa bedi emra kunkumi suma society ayeye. That is the role of religion. And that religion, and a bachelor will say, that one you need knowledge. You have to be trained. And son when that's person and your religion, aeroplane. No, you need to learn and you need to be trained in that respect. And religion will be a play on one in a juma. And a diakias one juma. And we can't say religion in Ghana and Kosovo. No. It can be part of the problem. Encrophobia and about the make a chapter on what's the way overview, no more points. The make a chapter and say, we shouldn't assume we say, be a friend software, and as a prophet, and as a man of God, piano only the same. That is not true. Because if you could have one more title pastors, there were different categories. Uba SD more almost structure, the control myself for a different. Uko praise more a different. Uko Methodist a different. Uko Catholic church a different. Asani uko one man churches also a different. PK your SDA means as a formato collection near year. You record and muscle for winsome. Even you don't have the right to keep the money in your home for a night. Nina ko organizational funds mo. But you one man churches be wa. Ono yet too often we are on an incrofo kakrebi in the no matter says DNA this says KB and I say just a good boat or not a good boat. It's your pastors, your prophet, your men of God or women of God. They are not the same. So we should first of all pinpoint. Say there are some crofo we say no from men of God and as some crofo no yes I we say. But we shouldn't generalize as though say all pastors are the same. TPK, Medimano Bessia say, a with more fire.
But that's it. Pastor Lems, but the idea I got that will hit him off the mental health, and now they feel good. You have a be around mental health side.
All right, I was saying for you, I hear me say,
no, Pastor Lems, I think said there were questions actually for Pastor Clifford. Okay. Because in your governance say, or Killer Case started, I say, I don't think anyone is questioning the work ethics of Ghanaians. Our point was based on the approach to Christianity. And I think the governor name Okay, like I disagree with you, Pastor Clifford. No one is saying Ghanaians are lazy. So, but we're not
Yeah.
judging. Also, be sure so say you are speaking some truth, bro.
ATPK, as my can say, now, no, what is going on in the country? They say, yeah, I think yeah, PRC, any religion. Said religion was introduced to we Africans. But religion was not introduced to us.
Yeah, because
In
Keke was
fact,
having a point. Keke was also
yeah,
when in I didn't what we home because say religion was there before Christianity by Obeji Diada.
yes,
But
that's the point I was trying to make. Say, religion was there before Christianity came. And
yes.
we Africans, we knew God already.
Mm-hmm.
They only introduced the person of Jesus Christ. So,
Mm-hmm.
and even Jesus does not belong to the white man. If we are to go into the Bible, the New Testament, you can see, say, Jesus visited Africa while visiting Europe. In fact, in the New Testament, unya European preacher in the New Testament, I can show you even Africans. So we knew Jesus Christ before it went to Europe.
So how come something that we know no was well introduced to us by the people who didn't know him? So is it that
Yeah,
they put the picture to us?
yes, it has a history. It has a history. In the 7th centuries, Africa, Egypt, was the capital country of Christianity. Egypt. And not only Christianity, Alexandria, not only Christianity, even in philosophy, in mathematics, in science, Egypt was the center. Ethnic civilization began in Africa. It was in Egypt. But because of Islamic invasion, which happened in the 17th century, so you can talk about the Crusades, the fight between Christianity and the Muslims in the 7th centuries. And they pushed these people off from Egypt. And now in Egypt, you don't see Africans there. You see Arabs who occupy there. All the Africans, they fled away. You either become a Muslim or you die. It is historical. And but look around most strong theologians and church fathers, even before say Christianity as by Africa in the 16th centuries. Top theologians, they were from Africa. You can talk of Oregon, Tertullian, Augustine, and many of them. They shaped Christianity in Europe. They were all from Africa.
Okay, Pastor. Yeah, that's it.
Anti-Christianity is an African product, but it is an attitude to be aware before one. Now we need to address, and that is we are rich, we have everything, but we tend to become slaves. Etine was kakoko, but your diamonds, timbers, bibia, here, adia yen wana ko hwesu ye di me wiase fo no. Ye hwesu ye na enkofo na befa ya sa beto amaye. And that is the same thing happening in Christianity today.
Okay,
To the PK,
Pastor Lens.
All right, I have said many animals of all no me no di kan kasa na Senator Clifford Kaino. Alexander Pope. Now yeah, Titi British. You was it drink deep or taste not. Because MP no ye nim de kakra bi obibi ho ya na feel say ye nim ni na. Na I be the pass Minia Clifford. That could you a little bit the historical root of Christianity in Africa. Kadaje wo mu na ke person ma kan be say Africa has played a key role in terms of religion in the world. Where just the beginning, as Obian sitting there, Obian Chennai. I am say killer K Shas here or Casado cancer. I'll put it in my own words. The killers are mere mistake of me. So the importation of like religion to Africa, not the major problem. But Yatia say religion was already in Africa. It is based on a certain principle, philosophy, or whatever. So, say you pick religion, as a Christian, say you pick Christianity. You show the role of Christianity in the development of the world. Invention say, oh, we are saying no. What more shall say we're Christians? Talk about Copernicus.
Pastor Mebao. I don't want us to digress. I don't want us to digress because the topic is more on the pastors and the prophets.
I want to come in basic
I say you hate Christianity no more.
Right. What pastors there now you're talking about Christianity, right?
Yeah, I mean but only say the Christianity is not the attack, and it's not the pointer. The pointer is the pastors,
Right.
What you say?
Right.
We focus more on ourselves for the
Right. But there's a yearly foundation is say Christianity itself, no, say the can any problem. Christianity enlightening. On say also for Clifford Day and you can all say Bible and say refute to Niema Bebre. But as so for the room, the point can be room pan say, and Sana could be because me be this software no. What can be summarize bibia. And Sana be because can be this software no. Yen should training ben no nya, and there ben no nya. For Christianity, who know they be this software. And yet the lack of knowledge now, the brave one and nobody had me pabe ama oka religion na ebi empeso beti. And how many people brave free religion generally? Problem here, yay so-called a software. Religion itself has no problem because onipa biara no eto bia wo ho abon se wo feel empty within you. Sebitia be ya me pe edura be sebiti yare me na ya me ya me pe edura be se me na ya yare, but sometimes so will be bia but you so feel empty. Holding spirituality and the religion, you know, a feeling ma say I'm okay. So the Maslow kind Maslow hierarchy of need. It's a religion per se no problem, but a software no, and they create a problem. And now your culture no, and so I believe you say there are certain things that you knew na ebinum ehu. It is a who no say ebi who no, and now Tony Baby Breako dia software nechi. It is the question of say a software be your mental health no. I am speaking as a mental health specialist. I can say many statistics, but I can tell you, say, there are more pastors or more mental health issues. More. And I'm creating a cult like and then Crawford Umechi. A 100 problem no one. We need to see the whole thing, you know. Near who which type of Christianity and Airboa or man in Kosovo. Which type of Christianity as the so-called Christians and the year coffin?
Okay, Pastor. What was awesome?
Right.
Kofi Asama busa me question being drag. My dream why I never go so all day long. And I was thinking about it because the question, I don't think the question is so much of a being see that, but more of like how deep it was, Ya ko baby the name ye deep, you know, me see me indi. No, so okay, say won't debate as you. Now, chira, or so for Baba catcher or say. So undi because of assurance and I say bia undi because one I undi na me mindi. No say what is all chira so for because say dey ya yes mendi. Eh say dey okay at obetime dia. Obedia na undi. I didn't answer the question. So for the one I could answer that question. What will be your approach towards that question?
At the end of undi, you must have some principles, some knowledge. So me so for because me say me need na say minimum the good me say me who is also for. Also for and we are the same. And ya adom obia wade nyame de acha no. Eno ti also for nsene and also ye nyina no nyame kro na nche na ye ko. E also for to make kan kira me say ade na me bibi ti me say me nie no. Also for to make kan kira me say me nkodi. I'm not going to do that.
So that is a good answer to my next transition point. Right. So with that being said, does that make a software now? Or say sorry man, without having any basis to it, does it constitute any amount of mental health?
As I said, say mental health problems, what a so-called Christianity more, you'll be shocked. It's a make us say, I suffer to be brave or mental health issues. But say Ghana, no, and as Africa, no, yen diagnose. I suffer to be brave, I am narcissistic. Diobekano and no. Diobekano and no. I suffer to be brave paranoia. They have that paranoid personality disorder. BBA suspect BBA. And then no one more passing on to the ignorant congregation. It also for also for a home. Now we are the many. Who did the party so no? I don't know Kofi the can say yes, as software no our more mental health problems, no, and I created that insecurity. I will need more identity more. Christianity is so clean. I see I share the Bible no can. E kibet me just as software in echi. Na ki adwene no aye han. Onyame pese ye dwene Isaiah 1:18. Or say come and let reason. Onyame pese ye use ye adwene. But as software, what they do, no, go to for software, what they do, no, they deal with your feelings. Or feeling no more touch. Jeremiah 17, verse 9 say, the heart is deceitful. Eti, or dwelling on feeling. Not the Bible no see you thinking, you know, a free ho, because woman has no almost some mental health problems be. Sad me can say.
Now, all this are sorry, money be so be sir.
Of course, now leader junior follow one another watching be. What do you say? You want maybe I will treat my friend the mirror neurons. The mirror neurons, no, I don't know commercial psychologists no more target a monkey see, monkey do. It's also for not doing yet. No, we are all influenced by microphobia. It is a funny brain, so as our mental health problems to be. And we have to address.
Okay, Sophia, that's it.
Right.
Feel good.
My main question we answer. So if that is the case,
Marcus.
Okay, what else?
For streamlining sake, so I will try question to the mamia.
Okay,
now you open floor for all questions to clarify things. Near according to the second segment, then we open questions. Then we go to the last segment, which is the building the nation. Why?
Okay, Martin.
So I'm question why to try to Phil Yanko.
Yo, only amedase. It's if one more journey late and you so yes, I'm akwaba. Wabana so no ashe. I'm open so media call. Wait a quick one. My voice I rusty among fine chamina. It's been a very busy week. One says, yeah, cat BBC, yeah. Sometimes somebody says something and also be commenting be. Then you try to clarify the only pakokai and answer in a comment, you know. And you know, yeah, and we are generalizing issues. To set time, my Pastor Clifford, about Ghanaians being tagged as lazy, you know. But some people to the stand say, oh, yeah, in casa, maybe I wouldn't want casa, Ubiaka. And it was said on this particular show. And yeah, now a boss will say, you bet me tackle some of these things that comes out because no matter how sad it is, it settles in someone's mind. And you know, so one clarifier, one they are not or the akosa. And if I hope say you are with me on that one. The mechanism say before I get to the mental health part, I just want to clear new marketing KTB. Yeah, get careful when we are generalizing something. I think it's prudent when we separate issues from personalities sometimes, and as I said, from a group of people. And the peko no muno, then the pebi akwakoye baby, akwaye bibi. Then we say, oh, grofo ina asano mote. And I'll give you an example. Papa Bichamani or press or Newtown. Papa be a customer, no apostolic suffer. Now I may go about him now. Oh, as if for more, and I'm sure now. Saturn I was much younger. It didn't mean I could do said that. It's me sure the dean and Busan so now, Pastor, I didn't know or Casa. Oh, we're Brabby or tea, area more no. Then I looked at him again like, can yes, when you be brave, say me pan and me boo. Then don't tell me say coach and I mama yes, I near religion suit here. Titi and the mammy. I just want to clarify that part. Tim Shady didn't have say, can you when you see me party boy be a deck as I'm doing on a So how do you say one Adventist that lives in your area bibi a waye nti na eziefo nyina? And when America say yeah, very careful with generalization. It's no say asofo binom nneoma maybe or more no is not in line with what is supposed to be. I think it's a bit harsh to just generalize and say so Christianity and nyema Ghana for and Africa for. In the same vein, and also the Mamifa analogy will say so. Politicians, no, it said they say, oh, politics is dirty, politicians need to be one more corrupt. So do we then say democracy no and yet manipa? I think he said that would be of a stretch. I don't know, say what but I just want to lay that Okay. Now, yembra yeso, right? And you ask Pastor Lips, he said, nah, a cheat for there. Yembra yeso. As an individual, what do you promote? Yamfa say what could see some nice sermon. How many times have you seen that being posted on any social media platform? But mobile court now honum now on kike bibia emfa kwemu. That will get more mileage. Okay, Rebecca so gather for the empadisha. We are not ready for your education. If you want to educate, keep it to your room. If you say
about I cannot testimony as something na work na.
Me nim so be text.
As I will prophesy here. Obi testimony as I begin. Who foot to be a fashion photo. You got to say foot to be it.
What the major?
You said the broadcast had of testimony, sir.
Oh, say if you want to promote the vices and then now come back and talk about say, oh, na so for nenye. He Joe Biano say ye mo ye show kutupa say ye pushiwa. I don't have them na de more. And when they're doing those things and we as the people are promoting them now, it gives them the film to do more. I'm going to say just an example. Also phobia or sorena I think can say I jinsemi. Now one boss sorry me after show I frustrated or say make a match up. So me kind of sabunja ya ready who beji. Say as of what also no papa de wom no ye bibi papa na say ye few or more. Omu nipa. Let's understand this. It is a God institution managed by human. It is sometimes certain things that happen in nature, the humanity in the person comes forth. It does not the whole institution any wrong. I don't know if you get my point. The same me pay. Now I belong to a certain group, American Psychiatric Nurses Association. Now say because mistake be me can say the whole association. No, that is a bit fast stretch. Okay. Mama I'm so can say no say ye pay no obi BBD. Everybody believes something. No matter what your association, your understanding, whatever it is, BBD. If somebody chooses to believe in a God, no Allah no beko Allah through Muhammad. It is their belief. And yet, yes, so say, and this is where sometimes the mental health, the psychic part also comes in. The wujidi biano, homa. What am I saying? The wujidi biano, homa. And anything no obi beko in so bompa ye ache no. Ni muaye ebeba. Because they have a belief in it. Obi so beko kwatsa sorry them abompa ye. Ono so ni muaye ebeba. They have a belief in it. Obi so better on catch us say common sense and deduce some theory out of it. They have a belief in it. Therefore, so we believe in one thing and then you align with it and associate with it and try to promote it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. In Tinebia, me a Christian, for that reason, sorry, metal offering to promote my year. There's nothing wrong with it. Also, yeah, whatever it is. Now, also, no, you use that to promote where you are. The OG didn't know promote it. Okay. With that being said, let's go on to some conditions which may aid one in this prophecy, all of that. Who's one? You test the way in Crawford feeling about BB, then you approach it. So okay, I pick a bra funny face assembly by and then some other issues that about Ghana. Sometimes then I'll tell you, say, this is how the person is going to react or react here. Say in the basic, say, this will be how the third person will also react. It's because it's I sit and I look at the situations and knowing how people will typically react to a situation, I can predict to say prophecy. I can predict to say we say ever reacted this way. Now so react here, it will push this person's button. Knowing how our own people also reacted to social issues, it pushing the button, it pushing the button now, and also the reply when the beba. What am I saying? It also for beating check. That's all show, that's all redo, I not share the way and your mercy corner. Psychologically, they can predict where you are going. For that reason, Obeka just say, oh, who person too quiet. The part do say name person too quiet. And now my be na yell. Sebe Ghana no, we all have the notion say penimu bia ye before. Enti no so okay kasa no so yeah say okasa bi so say obi be ye wa dey fifie. Enti no when he brings it closer to home, it makes it to hit you. Then you want to react.
Bible so aka so say onipa fie for na be na tamfo.
Who say some of these things,
No, me can't for Ben Abu
I
and
understand.
no kind of so no.
I understand. We have some of these things now, and need to know subconsciously, it plays on our minds, and easily, someone can take an advantage of it. Now, after you do be so. And now the other thing also say, now we have too many lazy people when it comes to religion. Who is a Paul can say your church, mukofia musia, right? But I'm not quoting him. I think it's more like Monte say we say mukofia na musia, right? Okay. Unfortunately, most Christians and not religious people look up to their religious leaders without putting in much effort themselves. And problem na kwa yes do na no do mo ye na omo ankasa no omo enti no obi se yenye we ne yeye enti so ochina oba na so ka se enti sa yasesa na it's easy for them to toe that line. The same question obi say Pastor Lewis, if I really understand why I do something, I don't do it because obi na catch him say menye keke bibi ayeye bia no there is an external force bibi na driving your motives and our behaviors, everything is formed by our environment and our genetics. And environmental factors, yake bibi ache mati bibi pe. And nana da ko se o Christo sumu ni onom na book bi abrofo de bread Ghana for. Okay. With time, me listening and all of that, then I start to form an opinion about that, which may shift me towards that one. Okay. Now, but the mention is say, if I really understand what Nadadako is saying and really holds it very, my research and then become convinced, the approach is very different from saying Nadadako Bekachem. So, Yanko has say, and as I say, oh, Yanko Jam CSF. Now, what am I saying? The approach is different. It's the maker about religion, and they say, let us not be crazy, lazy religious followers, but let us be, my member than other words, let us be citizens and not spectators. Let's say the and it will help. Okay, now let's look at certain conditions. So, obi or paranoid, or paranoia, and also a paranoid. Tebiano Osho se bibi babisi. And Tinubu say, imagining the climate of the country. Oh, we say basi for whom back dom we say na entimi mboa. So I say I put some fear in you, I provide you shelter. And people who really are not, for want of better expression or word, discerning, would now fall to the fear, or their show, then come to that shelter because I provide you an avenue. And on the Karl Marx, Eka said, religion has been used as the opium of the masses. You see, opium now. One said, they are numb until you numb to external, rational, and everything. Until obi can be there at also, then you try to follow. Okay. Now, this is the other thing also. So obi a manica. Boy said no after the original like kind. You know, I'm not trying to be funny with anything at all. But out of the mania no, why keka no behavior be all year no and the pastor kai no me no na musu mu dibechi na more ye. You don't know what is driving me, but you think say I'm on fire. Masa, bibi na epa me. What must I say? And I bad the they have euphoric moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they have this sense of oh super yibi. And you know, out of that space, you know, now they start to talk about something that is out of the ordinary. Maybe I me know it's in the year who yente asi. Then we think say, oh, we're who masa chenebra. You know, those you know so no can happen. Then, Pastor, what do you say? This narcissistics, you know, Mrs. Yado, those are the people I fear the most. Those
How
are
many
the
sociopaths for now?
hey, those are the people I fear the most. Because now let's look at these personalities. So Obi a narcissistic, and PK may answer the question as to the leader and follower.
Mm-hmm.
Obi a narcissistic. Next Obi a dependent personality.
Fire.
A recipe for disaster. A recipe for disaster. Those who understand perfectly what I'm saying. And as I said, dependency and codependency. When that happens now, and typically that is what is happening between church leaders or political leaders and followership. And you know, political leader, you may not see the rationale, the sense in it, but because it's a who was as a and what dying so much, he said, and you follow suit. For that reason, you're not even thinking through whether it makes sense or not. You just jump on, you follow. Okay, and that is what is really happening in religious establishments right now. And to say leader, they can say, oh yeah, yes, then we run to it. Oh yeah, yes, and we've created that dependency and codependency, and with the narcissistic personalities in them, where everything of theirs is now the best and all of that. And into a say, as a sophomore, no, I said, "I'm one my papa now because yes, you buy it and all of that." Yes, you buy another offer no why he has to be the most meek among all of us. But then Jerusalem, my man to manage FM no will be used as the example. And since you know, always I said, "One near the means of transport, you know, Mama the best Jaguar, and I said the best Ferrari, and I said the best AE." It's you know, America say some of these conditions, whether paranoia, euphoria, narcissistic, someone who is paranoid, and all of that, you know, after that, you know, so no, there is the fact is so say yen echidi for no binum so no ya kwadro do yen ma ye homeless so na yen sua na yen kasa yen tias
you keep saying euphoria. Don't say euphoria trusted like the beauty or the amaze of something. I don't know. Euphoria na better than you say.
No. Once you kasa be a euphoric moment, they have this
they get excited.
They become
spontaneous excitement.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
okay.
Histronics for no.
Okay. All right. That's it.
That is what I mean.
All right. Yeah, that's it. I have always been on the note, growing up, right, as a Seventh-day Adventist, no, I've always been on the note, oh, I didn't know when you say, not yeah, no, me say, me kwesdi inti mindi preko mindi way. But me nyine ya no, me be hu say me ni because say is na me consider me ni no. Because me be say me dia me di. Me ni because say bia me no mo say because say any good for my health. Enti na me no me to me answers no asesa. Because in sorry nti and na me it happens to be say sorry no health and temperance department talks about it. But sorry na encounter me say sorry na me nti no enti na me ndi way. Because me no for bebra na me ndi no omudi and if when say be omudi si o me komu fia o me kama no invite you say obedi ana me no for susu wonum no so a oboni che no obona so de eboni tie ni bibia de ba. So at the end of the day no it's not necessarily about say assorting say me say but rather no say wo ebe boa na mboa because I argued with somebody one time ago and the person and they say, I don't know me the bracelet ato me sir. The SJ no the bracelet ato sir. And I'm gonna say, what the wristband abo sir? Is it because it's a wristband near rubber until na okay don't know? But me bracelet na be me beat na bomb sir no yeah beat no it's no problem now. The person couldn't answer that question. 3 days later, now also for back the back bracelet born sir our bracelet in me good or tene papa chain. That means no. It's not the way I will person who didn't matter no consider. But name of what are the air representing for you. It's at the end of the day, it goes that way. Even though me a metal person, a lot of metals of my body gives me allergies and stuff like that. But that was something that I be the big trip for, by the way. Feel good. I mean, Dr. Bacchus, or question on. I won't be here at this point.
Okay, well, my question and it's most of the times, you can say pastors and I say leaders are.
Dr. Bacchus, I need to correct this. Nana Kwab, now see PK, some SJ pastors are worse to this. When so I see on that, which one are you talking about, sir? I say PK, some SJ pastors are
I
worse.
think he is referring to the point now about what the BB told us now will be a Kamwasa Manasa, but I don't think that we want to limit it to a church. And it seems like one year the bias would be said, don't know also the SD phone, it may turn towards that. Me person me buana ye trip back to the general minimum.
Okay. No, let me take question. I say, but okay, in matter. I say, okay, back to Yanko.
Who's that? And also, I had another and a mumbo J. Mensan back away.
Back to Yanko.
The time I can't say Pastor B or you be now can also don't follow what the pastor is doing, right? No, yeah, but do what the pastor is saying. And I'm saying Pastor Lims or and no or can BB said we should, or can BB to that effect. So I was gonna say, then that way I can say me and follow. Then their pastors no I can't but being follow it becomes a kakra because ono your leader no ono na say no what say now the obey no ube follow what that person is doing. Here is the case onipakuna all lead no or your nearma bone. But still, what would the nature you can't who say, oh no, what that person is doing is wrong. But we are still following that person. Or something about blind. So if we follow that person, where are we ending? Him find the could do. So right now, whenever we see those things, we should correct ourselves. We shouldn't go by the saying, say, oh, do what I say, but don't do what I do.
That's a question no come on.
Oh, man, I general way, and I'm in
yeah.
Oh, it's more like a contribution, that question per se, right?
Yes.
That's it. Okay, since I have you on, let me start the second part with you. Near third part to the so near sorry to be doing so. The second part they say
something before you
go ahead. Patrick, what question?
And this is a caveat to Dr. Baku's comment. So they also say, "Thou shalt not touch my anointed." Right. So now with the Ghanaians, they take that literally. Most of them take that literally, and these pastors have a getaway. What's it called? Card. Get out of jail card. And they can't go wrong. Someone like former president, what's his name?
Which country?
The U.S. I forgot his name so fast.
Trump.
Trump, yes. But he could just do anything, and they could just do anything and get away with it. A pastor get caught sleeping with another pastor's, a junior pastor's wife, and then he comes back and apologize and say, "Oh, I'm human, and forgive me," and it will be forgiven and forgotten. Yet they will sit under the sound of this individual's voice. So it's just a caveat to Dr.
Okay, thank you. So, Marcus, the second part, do you think, sir, all these prophecies going on or not? Is predictions or just Muslim count?
I think say predictions because prophecy. Why would
so you don't believe that there is no prophecy in this day and age without prophets?
Like back home, right?
Yes.
I don't think so. It's just because most of the things are working. Why would you even predict, prophesy on soccer game? Obi bobo, two teams in bobo, and you can predict say this team will win. No, and you're predicting. My prophet say, oh, team A be winning. Come on, come on. You see, some of the things in America start in America say, why in the summer some of us no, I'm a who say no. I mean, they are just playing with the minds of the people.
Right.
You can't just prophecy. Maybe to me, no, me feels a prophecy, but now it's about somebody. Ball, soccer, sports, no, they should leave those things out. It's not a prediction. But if it's about somebody, you go to that person and tell the person, say, "Oh, Charlie, say the make more." Instead of coming public to say it, what are you trying to achieve? To me, they say you are so powerful. If you are powerful, you're powerful. Don't stand in front of your people and say, so, oh, so we basic. And most of the times, everything that they say is negative. Okay, they don't say anything positive. Say, okay, if you are Ghana be here within a week, Ghana be a gold. Say you be a scarce dollar no between above for my mind. More you better market to say because they can say the negative part because they know the trend. What was okay, dollar rate Nico say, Sika world to Japadia, what your money can buy and say never. So they can go the negative way, but they can't go the positive way. Most of the predictions, prophecy or mania, a negative side. Why? Because they can read. And as Mr. Feelgood side, okay, one who trend, so they can use those trends to make predictions instead of prophecy. And sometimes it will work because that is what is happening. Let me take the soccer game, for example. Argentina and Brazil, Bobo, Brazil. Fierce competitors, right? And they are playing at home. And also, the way I'm born, some of the referees were behind Brazil. So definitely, Brazil be winning. So you can predict that way. The same thing with Italy, Italy and England, Wembley. England was home support. And their semi-final was a penalty, which wasn't supposed to be. So you can predict no, definitely. They want England to win. So you go to their side. By the end of the day, it didn't happen. So you can't tell me this is a prophecy. It's just prediction. You can predict. That's what I would say.
That's it. Killer K. Is it predictions or prophecies?
It's prediction, man. It's all predictions.
So you don't think God talks to people anymore?
Well, so this is my belief, right? If God want to talk to me, why would He tell someone to come tell me? If I want to talk to my kids, I talk to them directly. So I don't see the reason why God will give my message to someone. Is He afraid of me? And these are some of the things that people need to think about. Who does God give the message to for the pastor? Is it the members?
Killer,
So, huh?
Okay, let me help a bit here. I'm not answering your question, but I just want to also let us think aloud, right? Sometimes your kids will be doing something, and then you have an uncle, no, you have like a relative that your kids are close to. Then you'll be like, Charlie Jr., I will bet you know by Yakasa. I do why Yamaka. It happens sometimes, right?
It happens in our culture, in the Ghanaian culture. In the Western world, you rarely see that.
But it does happen though.
Even in the Western world. I got it because that's how our culture is, right?
No, even in the Western world. Even in
you
the
really
Western
see
world,
that.
sometimes you have it's just like
Phil, maneuver the point,
Oh, okay. I was just trying to help him with the point. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And so, yes, it is prediction. Secondly, in the army, prior to going to war, and PK, you may be familiar with this, right? So you plan the blue team and the red team, okay? The blue team are the friendly forces, your own team, and then the red team is obviously the enemy. If you plan it out well, you can predict what the enemy will do. You can predict, actions that they're gonna take when you move the stone here. It's like playing chess, right? It's not checkers. So it's all predictions. That's how I.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, killer. Thanks a lot. It's all prediction, Anna.
Yeah.
We bet you how come I.
I mean, what the quick, we are paying by. Yeah,
Is it
oh, yeah.
predictions or not the prophecies?
It's a Ghana, you need prophet be our honor.
Okay.
The prophet back company Ghana. I'm in Ghana, yeah. I'm the departing in the agro. I'm going to send him and move for the Najianda. Obian were prophet of Ghana. I was a business, no. Almost 30 and I Ajianda, but then the Yaji, no. A BA, it's almost after no more than the prophet is going over contact. Prophet back credit was that almost 30 and now. Timamufo na Ajianda, no, Ajin, eh, Nane. It's a phenomenal talent. Omo kasa omo tafe omo kasa omo ji hu mi na so mi fa ba kasa prophet ba ko emo bi adi ona hu so for your prophet afa but ono di ono edem wo pe do be kasa asem na kire mo o di me kan kire ya na ya adwi ma bi esa no di me kasa asem kire because me ameti ha no me no se me obi na ya me ani pa no ne me di ye me pa ni po na kama ye party kra ma no me ameti ha yi se me jitu so obi na ya me ni pa no ne me di ye pa Jack, a moment over ya what Jane said, Obi na yo or Prakopa Wankasakata, Susu, a woman, what kuno, what kususuna, a tumuno. And your ma, a many pa a da, a Jane attitude and effort. With the Juma Papaya, who be da, who hear you bring a most you know, the Juma Ding, the no me a chabut, ye Juma Ding, ye Juma. We hear prophet, you know, by Sherman come say that I see do the shower moon so be media metio or suffer by Sherman Academy. Metikuma me for Benjamin Yago, be Juma Saba down for no, and I began to finish mediate that Konakoda.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Pastor Obed.
Oh.
Is it prophecies? More prophesy here and I say more people predictions.
Well, I would say that some of the pastors who do that, they do predict. They don't prophesy. You know, throughout Bible history, the Bible as our evidence, we can read that anytime that God want to talk to His nation or His people, at any point in time, there was one person as the official mouthpiece for God.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime throughout history in the Bible. But currently in Ghana here, what do we see? Currently in Africa, what do we see? In our world now, what do we see? We have about more than 5,000 so-called prophets in this country, more than 5,000. Even in where I work now, Boamai district, Fijakwabe North. I mean, we have more than thousands of people who call themselves pastors. And you could realize, the Bible says that by their fruit we shall know them. You could realize from their actions that they are not representing the God factor that we are talking about here, So it is very easy for one to establish that they are not doing anything in the name of God. As we can boldly say they are prophesying, no. But you can say that by what they are doing, they are only predicting. I am a pastor and Brazil and Argentina is playing the football. What has that got to do with my pastoral ministry? I mean, then Brazil and Argentina for match, why would I come out and give a score line of which I know that the make cannot end yet? And some people they come out just to score the popular. I mean, for popularity, to get fame, and that is one thing that I first one can say. It is an we see no conscientize and members to have some belief in them. And among Ghanaians, most Ghanaians are so lazy and they don't feel like working these days. It is real. That one we are talking about, it is real. There is no prophet here. However, there can be a prophet, God chosen prophet. But anytime in Bible, I'm repeating this again, anytime in the Bible, God had one prophet for the nation. And now that we have over 5,000 prophets, what can we do to identify who is talking for God and who is not talking for God? And the best way that we can do to know about your future is to stay connected with your God, is to be with your God, have a better and a good relationship with Him, wherever you are. It has got nothing to do with what someone is telling about you, about one kasa in your future. No. It's about what God wants to tell you at a particular point in time. So it's our time that we have to be very vigilant in where we stand.
Okay.
And Minya, you were saying, sir, someone asked you, sir, why are you an SDA? I think a nay now feel good. A case me say a nay, if you are to ask me why are you an SDA church member, Obed, I will talk as someone who has grew to understand the reason why I am worshiping in the church. Not what someone taught me when I was young, when I was in the children's Sabbath school. This time around, have to read for myself, get the understanding and know what I'm doing. I don't take, pork because you catch me and as you'll be a man. But Senator Philip, what can, Paul, what can I say? We have come to understand that those kind of things that we are not doing, that we don't do as a church, that we don't do as individual, no. We understand it. And we want to say,
Okay.
And it is not prophecies. As a pastor, NPP and these Ghana elections, pray for your church members. That is, if indeed you are a pastor, you are a prophet, pray for your church members. That is what the prophets were doing in the Bible. And
Okay.
therefore, they were praying for their church members. They had their church members at heart, always praying for them,
Okay.
not giving false predictions.
This topic,
NPP,
Pastor me about the part two be about because you also try to be a prophet via man, but don't about be defend it. There's something the prophet know that you, the regular pastors, don't know because in the fivefold ministries, no. Oh, so for the who do so for the or no D for so you do D for the one. Anna, friend say evangelist, mama part, so I want evangelism. Oh yeah, no, I will hold on. And your teachers, Pastor Otabelmo, and so line no hold on. Into no, Mr. Odia, you be so much so actually my now.
yeah. So PK, you are right. They all can, you are right. But I don't say on a broader view. And I may master analysis where say anytime in the Bible of prophecies, in Bible history, God had one prophet. Where just a broad analogy that I want to put across.
Into there's a pastor in Ghana now.
Come again.
There's a prophet in Ghana now. One prophet in Ghana now.
Well, it could be. It could be.
Okay.
The nation's prophet.
Okay, that's it. But you're moving on. You're moving on now because of time factor. I don't know. Pastor Cliff.
I PK now because Ghana your prophet back up. And no one know Pambo, the nation's prophet. Anyway, PK for the first time, another comment in the argument, and then you will fire my men argument. That particular small kind of onion seminar do a German, but the mere fact say was say you may need down na yajune na yem follow blindly no. What dear, menen another a yajune. PK, you can predictions and prophecies. I make quite basically. My father and a catcher me. Was him with son or yakwadano. As some way see you near an answer. Was him with son or yakwadano or mamma suma. Now all banner no come for baby. And now come for banner and say, oh, menana, ye, yakwadai who fair. And I feel
what's that? Oh, can another couldn't make another go. So for Cliff say, oh no, you're doing it for the first time.
I don't make us say o point na wo kan say yen yusu ya adwene na yema yani na ho na bibia be koyi amaya no nam say me no ya adwene for the first time one kwade
Oh, dear.
me no ya adwene say ya fa ya won to ya
Pastor, Nana da could enter money fans. Why one fans about take over to the Kawase because story.
oh mate na kunya mama me say me father o si no sa na oma me suma no na okwa wo ba no hia konfo ba no hwene sa no me nana hwe ne ho fe na fi yamantam no eti me father si wo ye no e no ko fi no ko ka kire o maame se asem a konfo ba no e kan e na munim set it no so de me father wanya ne baby ko titi no so de konfo ni those ne ma sa tam na o mo hye pa no mu giro mo na so pa ti o ko ka kire o maame no e na o maame bufuye e na o si o maame ko konfo ba no ho no si dwuma wo di konfo ba no wo di na tem ka chense ne bayiye won fa mfiri ne ba ne na busuafo so on fa ma ne ba ne so asamne ne tentin ne tetie nyina ne se kane no se konfo no yesa no a yiso okohu no na bia wo ma no odwan bia na asa akoko bi ni nyamane bi no de ye nkonya bi ma o ati se wayi musu na fi so me father was ne maame anya bibia asa atim ni no kodi konfo no but me father owu at the age of 81 and this is the same techniques and ekoso Ghana say most of a yinua your friend is saying a difo no kan nyina eyetete azambia e wo hoda
fear panic
and I want to Christosum abatam. Na sem video bi a so for bi si wo bi atabo nti na woni. On say akwai ti said there.
Asa din samata ala.
Na ni musimasa. Eni musima. On say akwai ti say kanen no aye se bema se oba de praye e kanwa obema bewu no. On say those traditional enyemanema bi edi hu hye nipa bi mu no ena oma fa no the Bible and the Christos made abata. It most of their predictions, and their prophecies. I'm coming to read something from the Bible. And their prophecies, any prophecies in Membebia, most of their prediction.
Because so before we read it, the Bible say no better come no. Yes.
Oh, Leviticus.
That's what I got so far Ghana fair. Anasa paragraph from mankind.
Tina si Ghana no emra nya dwuma ke emra ya dwuma anka sankrofo from hyehyem komo e deadi nyina no ke be condemn omu nyina sorry but emra nya dwuma the politicians omo na ya dwuma so they don't protect the citizens asma na make say predictions be no omu yeri nyina it is based on some of these traditional worldviews bi ane wo ho ane ya za na konfo ni bi edi hunahuna manfo o maame na eyew o papa na eyew afiu ba bewu wadwuma na enkoso o se omo predictions no eyade we ban ehu bia beto so na yenua ba ko kan I don't know who said it yemu ba ko na kan wo se omo kan bi sa to so na se ati usunsum so good na da ko eni anwumre de me ne wa madam common sense kakra said the ewu to so pe na usunsum so tipe bibi o be bi nyaw that is the point as a yukra kan I mean feel good so kind in psychology and mental health now I don't know say very careful see making kind Bible I can say me I commit making come be but making come pe e dey access some proof in no ye no just predictions. Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 14. Or say, and the Lord said to me, Jeremiah say, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I have not sent them. commanded them, nor spoken to them. They prophesied to you a false vision, divination, and worthless thing, and the deceit of their hearts. This is in the Bible. And where Jeremiah pencil na Yesu kura yenyango no masasi so tete asem, but na prophet wo ho no omo di Nyankopon din bapo, omo di Nyankopon din ka dayeso ho asem, vision ho asem, eni Nyankomade. And the prophet had to fight them. Me mama kasa mama making kan second one, and also John chapter 3. John chapter 3, mama making kan quickly na yanko yeni. John chapter 3 verse 34. Making kan quickly yanko yeni. Okay, all right, Madru. Ose, for he whom God has sent speaks the words of God. Was it the Nyankopon soma no waka Nyankopon asem. Se basa behye eyi Real Madrid anase no kra we behye we enti Nyankopon asem. Nyankopon asem. NDC ne be wini, MPP ne be wini, enti Nyankopon asem. Eti Bible no si die Nyankopon asoma no waka Nyankopon asem.
No onhwe se ye nya ne ho asem boni bi anka.
Aha, no so ye fast of for no microphone. Yeah.
Also for qualification.
Aha, qualification. No so ye no si betimi aka ho asem. Na na go say obusa question.
Na obusa question bi afa the question in third one. We have a question number.
Eti mame fa no sina o de way number. Mame ko the next
now, it's question about after feel good can say we are now your question. Say I call your final point, nation building.
Sure. I saw funny do one once a more can.
I pay 20 minutes. It's in take
I wait there made 3 minutes spend a bonnet of. I saw oh, my sister was in minutes.
3 minutes is better than the top. I don't know about 20 minutes.
I say more. Okay, with your mom, I test by 2 minutes. Okay. I saw for the donor, D for the donor more Ghana, some more Cassa. Or Simenia who yichre. What Cassa was in a mere a company in a mefas yichen, or so diameboa. Because a D for Opiano Becase, now maybe I
almost not the no one cut in your diner bad and you should say no. They be a publisher type for.
Oh, no projector.
Share, Mamma Cassim PK, Diason, a gift. Diason, my own year prophet. Share your better nanomono. If you want to because I'm never so diaby. Yen, I have to be pain. Wow, you got me so diaby. What's an abem? And check 1 week, best say, Miss so diaby, a bem pepe. It doesn't make me a prophet. Yen nanum do no so da no ka bi kire da bia me ma me to da was na me son da bi se ni ampa abonse na adekurasi eti da so e ma wonye prophet a gift bia wo yo bia if you are well connected with your soul usunsum na nyame dia hye wo no so yo bia wani ku nyame ho ta bom ha ye naturally no it activates it e ma utimi nya those kind of revelations, you know. But it doesn't make you a prophet, even though it's a prophet. One aspect of their working, and they say that you're sowing vision. Vision, just say, what will be? Sometimes it has to do with enlightenment. What thing you maybe asked me project it, say, yeah, or mine, you could see a beboa. I don't just say, well, we now could be an above for you. But over that enlightenment, a bit of Kwame Nkrumah, the year projections, he said, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. Our independence is, our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation
of Africa.
And pass more kind so abem. So abem because Africa is not united in the piano colonialism near Dasu. Or no that enlightenment, Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. So one day my black child and this they will study together. Enlightenment it makes them a prophet, a visionary. So a wrong interpretation it drew a my Bible. It with the PK. Mami fancy say, mami fancy.
Pastor Lims.
Yeah, because prediction or prophecy. The question is, prophet Najuma anything. Okay, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11 to 13 now. The whole idea about spiritual gifts, and it say, Onyame decide dum na dum nipa nyinara obia different one. Said the bear yebetimi aye pe wo Yesu Christo mu. That is the essence and the purpose of the spiritual gift. It been from a prophet, been from a software evangelist. So the word prophet here, prophete, speaking forth, speaking on behalf of. Said also for Clifford Kine, prophet Yobia, or kasa wonyame ni enemu. Onyame nye footballer. Onyame ni focus ye ekwan be na mefa so a megye me ma every boni mu. Eni so wa small bi abana ko kana asem a enye football, enye politics na oka ho asem. O small ne obi abana kasa kire ne ma me adwane every boni ho. Enti prediction, edi prophecy. Football obi bewu say besi no. Say the body can make person make be account too much. Obo trend no so what can be. And it's a bibia na animguase aka omo amia wo so me nkontompofo. Onyankopon asmo bia sa ko predict and so ko prophesies in football ho. Na rather no onyame be ye bribi asese ni pa. Obeye bibi o mamu a se ne Amos e kire yen no onyame sma e mo obi bekasa. You're the prophet of Ghana, you're a prophet of Ghana. Bible say, Aduma Chadiano, and to say yes to Bebano. Aduma Chadiano be one asafu no. We have prophets. But you and yet it for the enemy. Until Jesus comes, Bible say, Onyame, Aduma Chadiano, dear man, it is going to be that they are going to be there. It's your prophet. But a better near who say, way the prophet, that's the way a prophet. Because basic work of the prophet me say o jira nyame nemu aka boni bia ekoso ama onyame ma asesa boni bia ekoso many patwe ho afiri ho no hye nipa nkran enya politics no prophecy
Yo pastor Yerase. Feel good. Fire ko uwia na another question about na we co-host Kofi Asamoah also the point in the questions are bravo na fe there your final point to nation building now if you na cathedral chapter maybe some say it's a cathedral no e ya dia e just say aso mu the road there you be do honum where the figo born the tough 2 minutes am no if a pastor Clifford tough now no board on second part fire wood there in my boy.
Oh, maybe I heard come in a minute and a half. It's here. As I said, the California Cadodona. In my opinion, no, they are still prophets. I believe say Adumache Diana I would do a Yanko Pode Cheno, Nina or Hono. And you know, they are still prophets. But the thing is, said the Mecca earlier no. One eye yet two or din do I nim one do no. Aquacoye one eye enye at the panel. And as I say, Omoshana a backfire. And you know, they become an icon of the group of people which should be wrong. And you know, no. But even with that being said, right? To say the Pastor Clifford Dekano. Last, I'm saying about 3-4 years ago. The one man will be afraid, oh, me so for say, oh, who there were baby na wine, you know, and so when you be a friend junior, and you know, Bibi Babesi, ne ekeka call get. Bibi Babesi na wine now already say na ne nursing idea say na Charlie in Sembebre, right? Into okay, and then I made a messenger, but of course, your boy obisu di wom just a friend and I'm so born a money. Refer catcher no, oh, Ghana no, you man caught that then I'm saying, boy, forget it. Call Ghana, nothing go happen. I mean, obviously, or call Ghana nearby. Then you walk in cafe, me say, me, no, wine and a who number be will room there, and this says, but say, oh, you might trip us as you say, yet, yes, I say so. And I'm going to be with you. When I'm not wishing you more room, more trim as I see so. No, who never number will room that my mature baby. She said the earlier Bekano, most of them they read the minds, they see what is going on, they talk about it. So open me NPI number, meet macho, call online, or call Google.
Yeah.
Who type me into NPI registry? Ebe bomb me NPI, ebe me NPI, bro. It's no so ko bomb me NPI no you ko bomb me di wo Google na information about me no be just say who me number wo wi ma boga twebra fem. Ni en ka asem no asase so. PK yet to aso.
So be beauty when my stress ah. Hey. Sounds of the assembly baba.
Ibi ayo ka ko busa ti me ni se.
God, assemble.
Now that they do, who do they know everything? Okay, me say be about so.
Me.
You know the fear. That's my customer to
Oh, boga forget everybody go die. If I die, I die.
Now that go for question right now go for someone.
Now me pese me bisa yeni anuma software ko han say mo say Onyankopon enim obi bia dachi asofo se nyame nim nipa de beto abrabo mu nyina dia na chese abrabo ya wonnam no e kame an say eye script bi na de ama na wo ba be play role if I'm trying to say
And this
because se nipa wo te form han mo na de beto bia Onyankopon nim ne beto dachi a like I said, there
is a difference between minim dia ubeyo and me na machra say yo. There's a difference between that.
Life is dramatic.
Won kwe minim say wo kofi. If you na woko, right? That me to me push you say there be kofi. Onyame amaye nyina the freedom of choice. And onim dia would be and you no kase koye. There's a difference between that. But onim dia wo koye. But I don't know force so set koye.
Onim da go pon nim say wo kwa akobọ kro no enya no antime ansizi you.
What kind of tie?
Ajay, right? What the yadwen di akorache o. What the yadwen di akorache.
Right.
Na adumra Mama yan kind of cry. Aja set nyami wo
nana mebo. PK mebo.
Say yes so. Na betrama me slow bebre.
No. Hold on. Nana mani interject to no be correct baby. Hold on.
Right, because I think
that's just part of communication.
I think that we are moving off topic. Right? Or here you better into a debate which we are not.
But I
pick one on what another quiz saying. I pick one on it.
For some reason, the battery the car na from the here. It's not a cabin Bobby Victor. I mean,
the one to knock with someone and find a part in their time in a while.
Some person coming real broken, coming through on car. And then it's a good see what you are. Because I didn't quite echo from
the final part in there. Mima is going to be able to take about 3 minutes to a bewaka crack. And then someone making the point you now there. Waba.
I could be Kasabe charger. Oh, okay.
I think say Commander Ed and I am Commander. Maybe I free no. Okay, no one can hear. Because I was just a wood there. Only about some day year dreamer. That's sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you man no microphone. Today me can not go from him. Let me say, Commander I there and Commander say no, and Commander about religion no. Say, oh, can no one can hear. Maybe you free no. And her, you do be shot the cabin. I'm an eye send you emissary with there when they were on some and that's sorry. And it's sad because and nipa esuro nyame nipa chen nyame. Nipa esuro osom no asori no chen nyame ene nyame asem no. Because and it we running across almost all the beliefs and I say all the doctrines and our congregations ni nyina mu. And then obi aka say ya sorry die ye nhye sei. Ya sorry die ye nye sei. Ya sorry die ye nom nsa ana ya sorry die ye sei. Onka say Bible say e ma ye nhye. say ya sorry there yeah gidie no yeah ya kwa sorry kwasiada yeah kwa sorry memenda on kasa Bible say ya kwa sorry memenda. And it tells you how powerful religion is and how we are gradually being enslaved by religion. Nti ene nipa bebre me we meet me we we because ma sorry yen we ma sorry yen we bi anka say Bible say me yen we meet ade kunta Bible kas me meet here A B C D. Nti ene ohwemu a ye soma sorry we ma sorry no mra na ye di so nya nyame mra. Nti na mra na me na pike ke bi mbisa sorry ne mra nti na wundi na ne asɔre no sɔre na ɔka sɛ ade ya na yɛka yɛn so yɛka Bible no nyame yɛ akyerɛ yɛ sɛ ana nyame ama yɛn nkyerɛase foforɔ bi sɛ yɛnwe nam ɛne deɛ wɔbɛwe. And ɛyɛ very serious ade a ɛnyɛ about sɛ deɛ wodie ne deɛ wobɛhyɛ ne ade ba the whole concept of religion ɛne ne ade a ɛyɛ ɛnɛ obi te asɔre no deɛ sɔfo bɛka bia is almost final, especially when he's quoting it from the Bible. Nti ɛma nipa kora ɛnya ɔpɛmpo sɛ ɔmmie Bible na ɔno ankasa mpo nkan. And then the interpretations a pastor gives to the scripture becomes final. But we know a lot of doctrines in different congregations. One more starting and over time, no, once a son maybe. Even in Catholicism, in Catholics free, and they are charismatic Catholic, and they are charismatic Catholic. Over the years, people begin to kind of say discover new things. The leaders of the religious groups begin to discover new things. Meaning, I sorry be Ghana now. One offering, but over time, so for to make that Bible swatch, I say also more than one offering. You see, and the people will follow whatever scripture he quotes, whatever understanding they personally have, they don't care. Once the man of God has come to say, this is what's going to be, and this is what I think, this is what I've read, this is what God is telling me, it becomes final. And that's the problem. And he said, when you be a argument, the argument always is going to be based on church beliefs. What they are the OGD and the fans what they were sorry me say because and it creates so much confusion. And sometimes, yes, sir, people are not able to even sit down to read the Bible, to understand the Bible themselves. People do not even care about having personal relationships with God. Into the only say, sorry Sunday, sorry Memenda. Into feel say Saturday no sorry no is the relationship they are building with God. And then you can also be a Christian and also be a yeah, sorry. But the question is, sorry no, one man a boni no, nanka one na boni no. Hey, one me no sorry na. Man be no or be a bar. Na oko Sunday no park or say, me say jada na umi or sorry for no point. Because sorry for no point, one of the Bible no be one of the be a bar. And the people and then the obituary so better and say assume on sorry. Yanka so onim nyame o. But so on sorry. And in any case, near onim nyame no is tagged as the person sorry. So we will say sorry me to me sorry let us say me dear. I hear come man the baba and but they forget to say spirituality has nothing or very little to do with church. Even quote about fellowship. Like so many and people and Bible aside that the more you read, and when you let the Bible speak as it is, there are a lot of things that also for cry can. One can say no, I just saw king, and you for nankasa personal and tiasie, and it becomes doctrine. So people don't even bother on their own reading the Bible. People don't bother about reading about salvation. People don't bother about reading about fellowship, congregation. People don't bother reading about and all they want is the sofonaka. So by kind be not just a sofonaka and all kind. But so on one pembeka say okay, me research. I did a sorry, you say, and my main shit. I don't mean shit. Bible no, maybe a Sophia coffee. And one sooner I said we were, but softly I said with the Old Testament. Anyway, New Testament, you see, your New Testament generation, New Testament church. But the idea also me meeting was out at the end of the year, Juma. Not the say, a man to correction the end of the Old Testament. Okay. Into what the level of confusion or religion now. The leaders of the religious groups and I'm confusion no escalate and followers no, because a lot of us are Christians because we were born Christians. We didn't get the opportunity to choose what kind of worship we want to worship. 99.9% of people who are in the church today are in the church because they were born into the church. Or Sunday school. So you grew up indoctrinated how Sunday school children are supposed to behave. You grew up knowing into a Christian home. You grew up as a Christian. You were born Christian. You never got a chance to choose. Say bianca ya wo no kwa so bia yehwe obi a wunyini a wokan na wo pensem na wo de wo didi se ehor ene ne kwan na wakomo a a lot of Christians will not be Christians.
Okay. Kofi, so running into the final point, I will let Nana Dako start since he has to go. Then I'll come to Kofi. Then we're gonna go down the line, and we're gonna see how everybody thinks. Now the question, which is the final part, Mr. Obiama, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops, and I'm gonna time everybody. And it said, Nana Dako, what are the roles of the pastors and the prophets in nation building? Is building the cathedral one of the reasons of building a nation? Anna Dako, Yanko.
Cathedral, I walk Roma, I have America had cathedral, and they say tourists, a Mexico men, New York famity, New York na afibie nipa epe krowe mu fano eye over
What that also? What time
60 million or yeah, nipa eba ha afibia no. Nipa eba ha fano. It's right to say sikanko nipa ha hotels, restaurant. Like I say, the nipa pa kro no afa. Na mo no ada na nipa na eba, baby ono no tini. Amra I create adwuma economy na aye big am to create adwuma man to onya sika ko ti bi back obi krom be chele perfect Ghana ye tibia we na yumu no se cathedral bi o hodoma no the scale of preference e last Ghana ye ti we no you obi ni tom kraduro kra no magu na wakose hell to heaven no kra no wodi bi mo dwe cathedral ho na kese wo ka wo si edi atem wo ka wo si edi atem enipa ye si ye die hia ansa ne ye die fata asofo amugu ka na masori akese yi se ye pe cathedral bi a mo anka so mo ka mo hu bom na ka mo di mo sika si cathedral ra cha o man kra enkan se mo Ghana ti mamu fo de o mu be tie kro mo and sorry a good Ghana be prepare the cathedral coin for now. On my team and sorry do so chi adwuma woman ya yare and no what some ya can ya chechiri my ya cathedral for now. You can I say I don't ya dwen ho na on man ye the leaders ever since I me a woman no me who's Ghana but the market is Ghana ye leader bi ada etimi ya the cathedral be be first thing. Me yes kwasa na for years aba me atu baton na ma the next crop for the next kwasa me atu baton na ma next crop for because Ghana NDC say MPP crop for MPP so say NDC crop for me no and omode Ghana echo 4/100 we di kakra no ko the cathedral abeye the center I the bia ye kan wase ye yare cathedral for my building home cathedral and for my bedo asofo amugu kana makamu nyina one as a religion any politics and first omu nyina omu yentafo akonfo mienu that yeni abreo the person build your mind no cathedral no yes be no so be kan wasema na me hunje me hanipa no that yeni abre
Nana when you abre into right now asofo no omuro in nation building.
So for got nothing to do with the nation building. You pursue any idea that it so for the no call no go school be near the title. The man say your friend pastor. And for me home, me penny pasuno ne suku bi ni ti owo de be di o man got nothing to do with suffer as a pastor no. We are pastor me no e ye na wo so
Okay,
akosia
Nana Yedase. Nana Yedase.
pastor
Nana
and my tire ho
Nana Yedase.
no me
Oh, Nana Juma Yendawase. Yedawase. What's this of Robutos in here saying?
Wahiti.
Nana Mabutos in the back of our Robutos here day.
Mantaya, Yembre Cabos for no. Mantaya, now Mantaya say. One Taya say.
Kufiasa wa yako. Nana could to the Canada Dawase.
I think so. How the whole state is trying to put up a national cathedral. I think Ghana having a national cathedral no per se no is not a problem for me because say we are a Christian nation. Indeed, for a Christian nation, say your national cathedral and but the question for me is that if say yeah national cathedral, like I said, Christian Council for and a year one project. I think a Christian Council. Christian Council, and can also one more copisca. Now, what do you see one cathedral? Because I say me, I'm a Muslim, no. Say me a Muslim and I'm a Buddhist, and I say me a traditionalist. I'm in kwa asoria, but me de me tax eba be see asori daya. Then you are not being fair to the state. Think I say a year one more cathedral, yes, yama one that wasn't doing sikaye. Because one, the National Cathedral is not going to serve total interest of the entire populace. It's going to serve the interest of the Christian populace. You cannot expect Muslims to contribute to building a church. The same way Christians, Sadia way can say national mosque. Ne obian tuebi and I nye contribution. Kabe ho Christopher Okuma. Say, I always say that one of the most intolerant religions and sect of people are Christians. Highly intolerant. Just a Christian no anti say assume see in their sorry and assume see way the to say. And you see, we had a number of religions. Pastors and scholars here, meaning the number of religions in this world. Thousands of religions. 999 ni nyina nim say Christopher Yakob nsem Yes, you nim say 999 ni nyina obi akwa nsem And so it is only fair that the uji de no sum. Then you tolerate and respect before them. So National Cathedral, one church, we don't even need a National Cathedral. All we need is to make a venue available for national Christian events or fellowship. And there be a Kobompa Yamakiseva, you see at this stadium. Na ya koho ne yakobo empire so because na cathedral de munya hofi Perez Dome baby to me event a friend per 3,000 4,000 5,000 ana mon kwaye no ho. But you see Anthony make us say cathedral is not a problem, but how we have prioritized cathedral no, that is where the problem is. Because it be a Saskia adequate cathedral. You bet me and you might be a better help this nation, a better help the general populace. A more be Juma Koso, about where I'm busy, one may be Bisca woman my one more contract, a benya take kickbacks in my one more setting up companies where Omu Yasam who to manage the cathedral. And also, I'm talking for Friday, expecting Yama. Churches are so funny about the phone because one of the national pastor and talk why do we want
This
to
is
do
funny.
that? It sounds funny, but bro, I'm telling you, sir, it's gonna happen.
Sure.
One must suffer penny be about the Casana, Mukoya program and Nasa Cathedral, win a bebon pie. I don't know, Mamma Pie. I don't know, you'll be a Nasa Cathedral, no more free, win a man frame. I don't know, Kumasi for Baba Casana, Nasa Cathedral, and cram for us of phone. So you are further than a Kumasi for us of phone. You see, we are digging our own grave gradually with this National Cathedral. And for me as a country, in can say, idea, even the government, and because government in Wahoma Yenya, who be seen National Cathedral, or be national sign. And you gotta do it. Because I am a multi-religion country.
Yes.
Ghana is a multi-religion country. Nti wo ba see national cathedral no, so we see national mosque, so we see national shrine. Because these are the three major religions in the country, accepted religions in the country. Are we ready for that as a nation?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
PK,
go.
can I come in here?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for our brother Kofi Asamoah and Nana for your comments so far. Just a quick one on this National Cathedral whatever.
3 minutes. I mean, 2
PK,
minutes.
yeah. Sure. Just a quick one on the National Cathedral and Asamoah. Last year.
But I want the focus to be on the role of more asofo and prophets in the country.
Sure, I will come to that. But before that, let me comment on the National Cathedral. Last year, March, it became necessary that we are not worshiping in church houses again in Ghana here. So imagine that last year, March, we were having a National Cathedral. What was the uses last year? It has become a waste. And we know Ghana commonly say, you will be on money here and your National Cathedral. Name of Nyansa, a radia domesa, yes, just like a radium in a yen say. The COVID a buyer last year, ABC and name. And said, this year, cry, yes, dear free one should teach us that we should rather fight to build peaceful homes. Because it was get to a time. You bet me as from nowhere. Now, Kobasi intimate quite sorry. We yet mean so much share them bimu. Jesus said it in John chapter 4. Brown Samaria Banisha, I mean, he made things clear that there's going to be a time that we want to worship God in buildings. We can't. So Ghana to have a national cathedral and Kayapa, but it is not necessary now.
Okay, so misplaced priorities. So if you uncle with the roles, misplaced priorities. Yeah, tell you.
Pastors are to I don't know how to say it, but Abribiano in Bible terms or in Bible times, you want to say a software edumadepa is to restore people, to restore the nation to God. Prophets, pastors, priests, I mean, whichever term that we can term it. Our main job is to restore. Now, restoration is that you teach the church members what to do and what not to do, how they can be Christians. Imagine that we all Ghanaians, as we claim to be a Christian nation, admit and accept what our pastors, provided they tell us what God says in scriptures. Yenjai boneye, chronobo, konkwansendie, ejomamo. We should stop all these things. Say, pastors nowadays are bold enough to be saying this to our church members. We're going to have a peaceful nation and Ghana will develop.
Thank you very much. I think so. Your point was well made. There was a pastor bit. That's. I think so. That's a solid point that I wanted to hear. No. Social vices control. No. Then that pastor Obed I can notice. You didn't hear everything will be well taken care of. Yanko Pastor Yanko Bakus no Kilaki. National Cathedral intertwined with the roles of the pastors.
Gotcha. I probably need about 2 minutes with this because I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But, in terms of the building this cathedral stuff, Nana also nailed it very well. Where do we draw the line, right? You build for Christians, he talked about, then you have to build for the Muslims and whatever other religious entities that's out there, right? So when is the line going to be drawn? That said, I think the nation itself priorities are not in line. Okay, when I was in Ghana, I visited some hospitals, did some charity works, and it's horrible. You go to Kalibu, you got pregnant women sleeping on the floor, and then you taking money to build a cathedral. How about we pump in that money into some other things that will benefit the people, the schools and other areas that actually do need help. So that's that. In terms of the pastors and how they can, I do strongly believe religious leaders do play a role when it comes to nation building. So yeah, I'm a strong believer of that. And Professor Obed just nailed it there. So that would be my take on that, man.
Thank you. Straight to the point. Thank you, straight to the point. That's it. Marcus.
Yeah, oh, thank you. I think they say Omo Mukasa di meaning no more kasa ye. But what I'll also add is say, let's start with what pastors or religious bodies now. If they can preach against those ill deeds now, instead of preaching prosperity now, or mind be tumpo. Because corruption, I think if they talk against that in their churches, instead of acting for arms, the baby says, okay, if it says I didn't or mind be tumpo, they should preach against those ill deeds. Because they were hammer swa, maybe kofi obe say, oh, man, sorry, I sorry, I'm ko in there, one can say, may but a momo can say, Menfa Kwampaso, Mammy Kuriade. And with the cathedral, I don't think it's me personally, no, I don't see it's a bad idea. Say, yeah, but say, yeah, priorities now. We can't prioritize everything. It is a well, yeah, fine. But that shouldn't come from the government. What I say, private people can do it. But here is the case: I buy no credit. I share budget review. We talk about it, which means what they ask you to say, oh yeah, buildings. Why would you even break buildings to build that? Are they now what person when you film? Is it a way to get money from the people? As usual, now, until baby almost see one of issue with it, Why Accra? And I said, why that area, Ridge Side? You can build it somewhere. Maybe a land.
You made a very valid point. Alistair Namino Casa Alfonso say, why not the middle of Ghana?
Yes.
So that everybody can migrate to that place.
Yes.
And also the being a crowded area, your BBI is like now how I get the
yeah, exactly. We are not thinking because you said Accra is overcrowded already. So they should have thought, about it before. And as I said, it shouldn't be something I will say, oh yeah. It's about time the role of the politicians should be well defined. I don't think the Ghana politicians, they know their role very well.
You mean the prophet or the politicians?
The politicians.
Okay.
When it comes to that cathedral now,
okay.
What I say, why would you be interested in building that instead of? Is it part of their core duties? If so, they should revisit their notes and see, say, oh, is that what we were voted to do? Maybe they think it will, the capable mind, which is a valid point. So you have to find a way to get the funds to build it. And as we are reading, Obika said Muslims see what mosque they solicited for funds from somewhere, and yet the government per se and find one koshim when kububu one more asasi say okay, this asasi away women what so ye budi amamo. And that's what krana should be a one na yenhwe how why am I to say they care more about the Christians than any other religion, which is kind of bad. But that's what I would say.
That's it. Pastor Lems.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It has nothing to do with that construction of Now, the role of pastors in nation building. The year came in Narano, it comes back to one point. A three-letter word, S-I-N. Sin. The year came in Narano. Bonnie and Amasa never knew Yankoso. Chrono,
that is only Pastor Oberajama.
Yes, it you are so for no rule, no say woman gets number one, and so for Nagasan Sakra. Woman Sakra Azan, Nikontumpono, woman Sakra. No more pen quadia, a very reflective woman congregation. Almost a bonnie, about the whole society to be transformed. Other religious bodies, no, like I was for because we both there almost no. But Christopher, we don't care. But I think I can't be a sergeant who near Namadi Besi. When we use it, there's a difference between Christians and church goers. The fact is so because something just a Christian. A Christopher and Yakalabulo Yaza. Yeah, America. The fact of America does not mean so we are American. had the enemy be brave mistake. And your mom was sorry no. I know me a Christopher Matthew 7 is no be a say ready no so. It yeah trust yeah Christopher wow. Umi and your frame a Christopher would never do that. But church goers can do that. A banisa, a beer pastors no, a juma with the church goers no, or what means some church goers now, or minor a besser. And no one person be this dia. I just is very interesting that you know, when yaka who wants to be.
Yeah, that's it. Pastor, that's it. Pa, our body shot is sweet about me. Feel good.
Yo, with the National Cathedral, since I started with it, no, personally, I don't have a thing against a cathedral, right? Because I think it's they should have really branded it well. Instead of a cathedral, maybe another conference center which has a higher capacity, which has an artistic appeal, which has a tourism potential. What I mentioned, maybe a bit my building in the form of Noah's Ark now, if you work in Turkey, yet it will house people. It's just the design will be the ark, then it will house so many things. Now, after the Baba tourist site, and we are back too. Say a buy need you know we also will be donating 100 Ghana to rate no and to say the cover sky Christian Council for na your money no more soliciting for funds in here there totally different for the government to even meddle in this no maintain it and the other thing also no say aditi they go bubu a dino for judges no the judiciary say you have a cathedral. I understand they say it fits into a bigger scheme of making Accra a tourist the waterfront in Independence Square. Aside on the person high rise building, Dubai style, all of that. I understand. But I don't think it's you need a cathedral, which is a plan almost 30 and bro or the still into foundation. But back to the point. But I don't think it's building the cathedral at that location as survey in developing the place. In my opinion, BBC no say Oko Kentucky no West Arkana. It's in some isolated place, but people travel every so often to go there. And what that does, so say it develops the area. Example, Aje Kotoku, Onion Sellers now a movie or Moko Hono. Do you realize the property value appreciation idea about all the properties in Aje Kotoku? Do you realize the business Ediaba Aje Kotoku no? There are certain things we all know what they call beer a push my development to no.
Okay, so you got prophecy pastors and roles in the summer.
No. Then the other one also near store no book of Israel buy no mommy who how much it cost here. Then the next one, mosque na yes oni man say very nice edifice, right? Very nice. I buy in Camo, wherever the money came from. But no crap came maybe it's kind of buy a because now say no, and no matter cost we are said also. It is sometimes when certain projects are being funded in Ghana, it's nice to know the funding of the project. Now really are the okay, now the role of nation prophets in nation building or whatever in nation building. I think that we should promote more of wealth than we should promote more of wealth than wealth. Right? Yema nipa mudie a omo ye no. Ende di more than nipa adia owo. There na me pache. Ye ba for real. Ubo say wa wo sika no. E fa only how we sika though we may even know. And you may be a warrior. But when you be more front seat, only you be your chairman. The enemy say ebia ne no predie mu nti no only do perpetual bisa no odipa corner is relegated to the back seat. Say man say you go to promote wealth instead of wealth. Ebema tembia no people also thrive to at all costs. Menka say unya ho a bone not the issue but at all costs. And you mention no me pese ebo mi din e wo asafo no nti no ekwa bia so. And that is my emphasis. Ekwa bia so. E wo say musuminya na me do no. The other thing no which some of the previous ones I've talked about, speakers have talked about. Say yeah carbon anim. They really know we leading the people to a better destination than say a means to amass wealth for ourselves. I think you said see a mesiketi enim kan and my you refi the purpose for which we called.
Thanks. Pastor Cliff, for your point. My benediction no.
Yo, me that's it. Mame bobo nyema bi so na me pa me si we so si banka krabi. God's foreknowledge and predestination. Sɛ nyame nim sɛ obi bɛba bɛyɛ krɔmfo no nkyerɛ sɛ ɔno na ayɛ no krɔmfoɔ. Onyankopɔn wama yɛ free choice. Ɛno na ɛma yɛyɛ nipa. Ɛna ɛma Nyankopɔn so yɛ Nyankopɔn. Ɛnyɛ sɛ anka bɛyɛ robot. Deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu, church biara wɔ ne doctrines a ɛgyina Bible so. Apart from those doctrines, no church biara so wɔ ne lifestyle ɛyɛ fɛn sɛ ethics. It says here for mo prekunam ne ade obekoma this deeper form mad yibo ethics. It means it's from church to church. I say ye nipa ye PK wahyeche me sachi we say no anya dia mepe ebi abakuzi ni bi na mepe ebi kura bu so on peche kura ni nya ne ethics your obrasu bi a enti no nya problem yanko cathedral asem no so. First of all, we set the contest no right. Nanado was any campaign promise. Bible say, so we should not go upon a bar. Diso. That is, Osenka form manitinum chichimunai. Was it if you make a vow to God, you must keep it. Or any campaign was in a may boranas and a saka, or basic cathedral mena coupon. The man is doing his job.
Over the seconds here.
I send sika and I was solicited funds from other people. What you say? It's a national a year yako vote no parliament. And our day Ghana sika babisi. What you say? And as a leader of a nation, he has every right to do something, at least to leave a legacy behind. Some me buy nyam be si honi. E ka se hwan si na nado. E hye ni monyam. But me ka say we say, we need to be very careful. Muslims almost see almost national mosque. Why we didn't hear all these things? Say here, it is not our priority. I don't know first zongo ni adiye. We didn't yantisan yamani be say cost. Why? Because say yenya idea
led.
But you say
because it wasn't government led.
It wasn't government led, but a national edifice. Say no some combating this kind of zongo ye. Because we know what is happening in the zongos. But people didn't talk about it because as a Ghana no eyakoya TV said people fear Muslims. So ko kan wo mo no ba be attack but Christians dey media ni twitwi fam e kan bibia epebia. And we should try to avoid that. We must be circumspective. The National Cathedral hu here, National Mosque hu here. The American atwa to one say, "Hwe PK National Cathedral na yesie. Income, any funds be generated amaye. We haven't calculated that. Tama President Kufuor AC Jubilee House, NDC for see buy being group. They said it as part of their campaign speech. Buy the being kukupu. Among for sisi here. Maybe because school of Niasi, Tama Miko school of Niasi kindergarten ko Niasi in Sumuna penny the ashe. But near National Theatre. So what you say? Obi anyo who say we are massive 40 years into your first canon koye. And we have a lot of edifices. Yes, it's in Ghana. Every still be up to now. How many electricity? And you know, won't mean say yes, some problems.
We try to, but me say you better dive too deep into the National Cathedral. You better say it back on the next week. Well, now young Busa say, how is that gonna help build or mental castle? Pastor mental castle.
Mitio Babina.
Now say how is that gonna help with the nation building? But instead the focus in what called the roles of more as for the a D for no in nation building because of your time factor. I can't like 1 minute now with machine answer up on into start to wrap it up. And we can do about if we have to. On National Cathedral, no, you're fan no National Cathedral.
Okay, and you know, Mami come one sentence in chapter. National Cathedral, yes, is a monument to express our faith as Ghanaians. So, there was a time in Ghana, this is what the people believed. Okay, you're fancy. As of for your human saying, PK, Canetity conform. They were nation builders. They were king makers. Omne chiro manisi yemkose. And that should be the role of pastors today. We must be nation builders. Yen was a government and yemen kuyanka software was a chess no. Baby a omani kono enye. Baby and people from do omani kono enye. Baby and DC from do omani kono enye. This should be the role of pastors. Say you kunkum ni basa basa. I'm wrong because basa basa. What are pastors doing? So, kalabule semwa kosu Ghana manfa corruption see kosu Ghana na eh for na eh. But all these people are in the churches. What are pastors doing? And the pastors, you be making sure say country no, a very strong moral foundation. Because recently, when we research, we say if the moral structures of the country is weak here, it's just say economy, bias be weak. All
right.
And that is why we need pastors in that respect. But let me see. We next time, maybe a PK, let's talk about the contribution of Christianity in Ghana. It seems that Christianity has done something in Ghana. We are not talking about it. And next time, let's bring it so that we bring.
Well, I think that would be a good topic to talk about with just your friend to say cathedral and son of Debbie out there, Mr. Test talk in the mommy. Let me go to your family page on them. Now, we did family page that's when you that we just attack that next week. Why? Madam Massey. And I think Christianity, right now we're going to move from the pastors and focus more on the religious Christianity stuff because it looks like Christianity is what more people have the issues with. I be for you the money I say, must say my dad here. Now we better train come. When we say in common on ebia nanke baby will be ebika ebia so na bebre na so adwen bi kire nanso mo si e fam rani enye adwuma e de mre na e adwuma so je de mre no ayebe until the time ya time na ayebe ne de eni aha na de dwumede be na wi na me sa so aka mo sa less than 2 weeks na Ghana Music Awards USA aba so de den Mr. Ewon Jesse Abrochimemo enti no Mr. say onye to ticket ya o from ya metime nya o ticket amount from me na o sanka o ticket dey why sa asusu na onye nya reservation towards the places as well but hum de hunduma sabre ya abehwa mo nyina da mo nyina ase ahwefo mo hwe nyina ene tie for mo tie nyina so da mo nyina ase mo ni ho aye ni ho aha na edi dwumede no besi se fidie no anya se enwom no ebo na se sinas man ti make bi na commercial man ti make bi na mo so feature PK am di dwumede ebra mo ni ma badwafo ekuku da mate se omu di mu pa aboka ebi wo ma se nyom be bia no efa kwam no eni no mo di dwumede me sa so aka mo biom se that's a thing be se so ehia wa se nya to dwumede so kama bye bye.
Hello, my people. Have you bought your ticket yet? This year's GMA USA will be off the roof. My party, it go be manya. Class day, we go party hard. Warsaw. Platinum ticket buyers get access to the Red Room with artists, cocktail drinks and food, pictures with artists, front seat row, and ticket to the after party. Gold ticket buyers get access to Red Room with artists, pictures with artists, blue seats, and after party. Regular ticket buyers get regular seats. Tickets are faster selling. Get yours now.